not been on the court in a long time. I want to get back
Yeah,
out there. I bet
yeah.
that California bump couldn't even see the East Coast bump.
You think so? Well,
I
we
know
live.
so.
We live.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. We are live. Yeah,
Okay. Good.
absolutely.
Good. Good. Good.
I
Good.
was saying that. Thank you for the check. Mic check. Sound good.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but I'm saying East Coast, nobody can see East Coast on no bump. West Coast, a Cali guy come out Baltimore, he's getting cooked, fried,
I'm from
chopped.
the East Coast, so I'm not gonna argue with that.
Okay, that okay.
You
All
did
right.
you forgot that?
Like North Carolina, yeah. I definitely forgot that. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
I
you
forgot.
forgot. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you've
No.
played basketball with people in California, question mark? I don't think I've ever like went
Yeah,
over
I
there and
have, but
played.
not like the good. I haven't been with the real good runs. Is it like I mostly played Navy dudes on the base, and
Yeah.
if I played on the playground, it wasn't the real good guys. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know how like the really good ones play.
Okay.
You know, but I can vouch for Baltimore because before I joined the Navy, I was living right behind North Carolina A&T, and this freshman recruit came in from Maryland,
Oh,
and this dude, I don't remember
I'm
this dude's
sure.
name,
Like
but
he went to Maryland or he was from Maryland?
he was from Maryland, and he had a scholarship to
Mhm.
play ball at A&T, but his game was, if he wasn't D1, I don't know. I think he was D1 material, and I don't know why he
Yeah.
was at A&T. But he never played a game because he got in some trouble and was gone before the first semester. Like he
Really?
was going, yeah. But this
Oh
dude
man.
was like, he was
The
like
story took
five
took a
eleven.
turn for the took
Oh
a turn.
yeah, I'm done. But he was like 5'11" and looked exactly like Jason Richardson and played like Jay Rich. I
Interesting.
don't know who this dude is, man. Yeah, but it's
He
crazy.
was obviously Richardson.
Nah, he was 5'11".
Yeah, no.
Richardson six
I know.
five.
I know. I know. That's okay. It was his mini me.
Yeah,
But
it
all
was
right.
his mini.
Welcome to the No Bull Podcast, or welcome back to the No Bull Podcast. I am your host, Brianna Bull, and we are going to talk everything basketball. And I say we because for the first time ever in No
Yeah.
Bull history, we have our guest, the first guest ever on the show. Mel, welcome from Man Down Podcast.
What's good? What's good? What's good? Man, you and that little
I
goofy
couldn't help
in that
it.
what's
I
up Tulip
couldn't.
plays. You and that goofy clap, man. I shouldn't. I hate that you found that.
I found it, and I'm gonna look for more sounds to make it even better.
Lord have mercy.
But Tulip, welcome to the chat. Man, I'm excited for today's show. We have a full docket. And not only is it an honor to have the first guest on, I did want to just honor who Mel has been so like in this process. He's more been like a mentor for me, and he pretty much can I say hired? You hired me
Uh,
to be on
I
Man
mean,
Down? Is that a thing? You
recruited.
recruited. There we go.
Yeah,
Mel
yeah.
recruited me to be on Man Down Sports Pod, and I am a part of like that full Friday night panel. And the team has just been so welcoming. It's been a joy, and I'm grateful. So I just want to say publicly, said this enough, but publicly,
Yeah,
thank you, Mel. Thank you. I
yeah,
appreciate you.
for sure. We appreciate you over there too.
Yeah.
So thank you as well. So
Of course. But yes, we are going to kick this off soon. But before we do, I just want to say make sure you drop a like if you haven't already, subscribe if you're digging the channel. If you notice, I've been posting away. I've dropped two videos. One more will be dropping at I think 8:30. I set the time. It's either 8 or 8:30 p.m. Eastern tonight. I set for a third video to drop, and I'm gonna keep the consistency going. Like I remember, Mel, when I started going live, I was like averaging like 3 views, and then maybe by video 5 or 6 it was like 10, 20, and then by video 12, it wasn't until like my 12th or 13th video that I broke like over 100, and I was like, then after that it's just been up. So
mhm.
with these videos, I'm hoping that it's the same thing. And yeah, okay. enough of the small talk. Let's get into basketball because remember, if you know bull, you know ball. So let's get into it. All right. First on the docket today is our WNBA, the W report. And for Mike's show, the segment, the W report, is just a recap of basketball, either games that happened in the night before, earlier in the week, and the week looking ahead to the week beyond. But this is a very special week because it is the final week of the WNBA regular season. Thursday, tomorrow's it. Some teams
Yeah.
finished off their last game of the regular season yesterday. I think one of those teams were the Chicago Sky. No, they play again tomorrow. The Storm. Yesterday, the Storm, that was their final game of the regular season. Maybe I'm just gonna look at the schedule real quick. Maybe Liberty played their final game. No, they play tomorrow too. Tonight's game is Atlanta and Connecticut. That's their final game. So tonight is their final games of at least the regular season. Connecticut, their final game overall because they won't be playing anymore. And then Dallas plays tomorrow too, so they're done. But I wanted to run through yesterday's games real quick and wins and losses because I want to say I was right. At least what's
you was right about that that Sparks and Mercury pick, right?
Yeah, and I picked Indiana to beat the Lynx too. The only thing I got wrong was Golden State versus Seattle, and they lost by 1 freaking point. So I'm gonna say like 4 out of 5, 4.5 out of 5, maybe, or just 4 out of 5.
We'll say that. We'll call it that.
Yeah. Well, I'll maybe post like a clickbait video and say I got every single matchup right, and then show the one I got wrong. I'll do that again.
I wonder if the Aces go play their starters tomorrow.
I mean, I wouldn't. The only person I would probably start Cheyenne since she just came back from maternity leave. Shout out to Cheyenne for being a mom. But returning back to the court, and she played 8 minutes and apparently got 8 points in 8 minutes. So, I mean, I would just play her more, get her warmed up for what's to come. Yeah. But yeah, I wonder, what do you think about the Atlanta Dream tonight playing against the Connecticut Sun? Are you playing the starters? Is he gonna play them?
Oh, I'm sorry. It looked like I was having a little internet issue. I'm sorry, but no Atlanta Dream is I'm sorry. Let me know if I'm lagging because it looks like I'm having some issues right now.
It's a light lag, but we can still hear you.
Okay. Is Alicia Gray playing tonight?
Alicia, are you saying that as like there might be a possible injury, or are you just talking like starters overall? I'm gonna look at the injury report. The only person showing is Taylor Theory.
Yeah,
or Theory.
Okay, so she's gonna play. Okay. I mean, I like Atlanta to win. I like Atlanta. I mean, if Alicia Gray playing, I like Atlanta to win for sure.
Well, like the seedings, I believe the seedings are set. The home court advantages are set. So whether they win or lose tonight, it's only going to be a hit for their record. If I'm Atlanta coach, I'll start. We lost Mel, but that's okay. We'll get him back. If I'm Atlanta coach, I would start. If I'm Atlanta, I'm starting. I'm gonna start them, but then I'm going to maybe sit them after like the first quarter. I was just saying, you back. Welcome back.
Internet issues over here. Yeah, I know. I'm having some issues over here. I'm struggling.
Okay, no problem. I'll hold it down. But yeah, just pretty much. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so for the Atlanta Dream, I would still start them, but I probably wouldn't play them more than 15 minutes, if that. or because resting the entire 5, I don't know. Is that even a thing? I don't think I've ever seen an entire 5 rest.
And not in the W. I mean, we seen it in the NBA though, right?
What do you mean? Oh, in the NBA, like I see them stagger it at least. Like 1 star, 2 stars take a night off, and then the next night or whatever, or 2 nights, and then another 2 take it off. I know that there's a rest rule that you can't rest more than maybe 6 games considered like rest or something like that. And then like there's a certain amount of games that you can miss for injury before you're just ruled out for the whole season, or there's fines that teams gather or will get. So I know that, but for the WNBA, I don't know if where kind of rule exists for that, if it does at all.
Okay.
But yeah.
All right. I'm trying to see if
Okay. We lost Mel again. That's okay. I'm gonna hold it down until he returns. Okay, so for recaps of last night, one of the things I wanted to highlight or talk about was obviously the Sparks losing. And I know that was our dark horse. We can commiserate together. But I was very, even though they won, they lost. Like they're not going to be in the playoffs. That's what I meant. The Sparks will not be in the playoffs for 2025. Because that Seattle Storm got that win. And it's very disappointing. In my opinion, I don't think the Storm deserved to be in there. And I don't like to say people deserve or don't deserve things, but I really think that based on like the second half of the year play, because we can even see for the MVP how that's been trending, how the MVP, like the second half of the year really does matter more than the first half of the year, possibly. And as an athlete, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. And with this Sparks team, they had a way better half of the second year. They just took some tough L's, and Seattle Storm managed to win some good games. But I personally feel like as a whole, this Sparks team should have slipped in there. But they do have a lot to work on. You know, if you were to take the offense of the Sparks and the defense of the Storm and you mix them together, then you got a really good team. But, you know, let's see what some people in the chat. Oh, Chicago be coming through with the conspiracy theories. And for me personally, though, like if it were something that the WNBA orchestrated, what kind of story is that? I feel like it's more exciting to orchestrate the Storm losing and the Sparks coming back in a thriller and have everybody on the edge of their seats. Because if the Storm would have lost, then the Sparks would have played the Aces, who are like big time team right now, been a big time team with the biggest player to go on their team, and have them play. That would have been hard because that's who the Sparks play tomorrow, is the Aces. As the final game of the regular season, that would have been a lot more fun to watch. I'm just saying. But I definitely understand how the conspiracy theories could start to make its way through the chain. But for tomorrow's games, let's see. There's 5 games on. So 1 game tonight, again, Atlanta Dream versus Connecticut Sun. And before Mel dipped out, we were talking about if we're gonna start our starters, would you start your starters? But for tomorrow, I really wanted to look at some key games. And they're not key games, but how these teams play against each other is gonna determine a lot, because on Sunday, yes, the regular season ends on Thursday, but the playoffs start on Sunday. It's no days off. 2 days, and then we're gonna see these teams right back at it like they never left. But we got New York Liberty visiting the Chicago Sky. I mean, Angel Reese did not play in yesterday's game. She sat out. I was surprised. I cut the game on, and then like I missed like a little bit. I was skating, but I missed a little bit, and so I rewinded back to see the starting lineup. And even if the commentators would even say anything, and they didn't talk about her for a little minute, and I'm like, where's she at? So then I had to Google it, and it was like, oh, so she's still injured. She's still out. Somebody commented on one of my videos and wrote a paragraph. I couldn't read it all, but I feel like the gist of it, because all I saw was she's a black woman. I was like, oh my God, bro, let's just talk about basketball. Why do we have to talk about color? Like, I just want to talk ball. But anyway, someone wrote a long paragraph, but the very first sentence of that long paragraph, that book that they wrote, was talking about how Angel's hurt. She's injured. So we need to leave her alone. Like, okay. Looks like Mel's back. Back like he never left.
Okay. Can you hear me fine? It looks
There
like
we
I'm still
go.
lagging a little bit. It's a little bit better.
You sound clear. You sound very clear.
Okay. All right, good. My apologies.
No worries. We were talking about yesterday's game.
Reese, huh?
You heard that, huh? Yeah. My Angel Reese rant had began, and it was just about yesterday's game, how she did not play, but she's injured. Mel, what do you think about her not playing for her injury?
Fuck.
Ooh.
I can't get this thing situated, man.
But you're good. We can hear you.
Okay. I don't know what I think, to be honest with you. I think you know, and I kind of said something offline to you about it before. I mean, I it's obvious she does have a back injury. And those things are tricky. And sometimes when you make the decision not to play, it's just basically you just trying to weigh out the risk and the reward for it. So I don't mind if you have a nagging injury, and that's one of those things that if I really need to play, I'll play. If I don't really need to play, then you can make a strategic decision to sit out. So I mean that's my thought process, is that she injured the back early. It's not going to get better. Just I mean, she took some time off, but it's not going to get better 100% until you really deal with it. And I think she's dealt with it and played through it most of the season. And I think with the circumstances and everything that you mentioned, what's going on between her and the Sky and the front office, the fact that these games don't really mean a lot, the fact that she had a suspension. So I think all of those things play a factor into her and the coaching staff sitting down and making a decision to say, you know what, sit this one out.
Okay. The season's about wrapped up, similar to last year. Injured, so finish the season off injured. I said it, third time's the charm, right? She still is in a final year. I'm curious to see what her contract looks like, and if does she have to finish this third year out with them, or is there some wiggle room for her? And then also where she would land, like where would she go? Maybe even considering one of the new teams. It's a conversation. They will be having 3 new teams join. No, wait, 13, and it's gonna bring to 15. 2 new teams join. So, let us keep going. Okay, so that game last night. Now, another game I wanted to kind of point out from last night was that. How did y'all think, how did y'all think Minnesota played without Fee? Because she took a rest. And how do y'all think that Indiana Fever team looked? Kelsey Mitchell led the charge with 18 point Go ahead.
Nah, I was go listen to what you said first, but I'll be very quick since you asked. I just think Indiana just resilient, man. They play with a lot of togetherness, man. Like all the injuries they had had to deal with this season, and they picking people off the streets to plug them in, and they just trying to figure it out. I want to commend Stephanie White and Boston and Mitchell for being able to keep them afloat long enough to even make the playoffs. Like I think they won more games this season than they did last year, even though they played more games. But I think they were 20-20 last year, and this year they're 23-20. Or something like that. So I mean,
they finished third in the
heck of
Eastern
a
Conference.
season, man.
Yeah,
heck of a season.
Yeah, I agree. As much as heat or criticism Stephanie White took this year, like I mean, she took a lot. I feel like they don't talk about her enough. Like if they had a coach of the year race, I feel like she'd be in at least the top 10. I almost
Top
said
10?
5, but I was like, I almost said 5, but I was like, nah, I know 5 coaches better than her right now.
She probably could get in 5. You got Valkyries.
Yes.
You got Lynx.
Cheryl. Becky.
Right? You got
that's 3.
Becky.
What's shorty name? Is her name Stephanie too on New York Liberty? She's a great coach.
I wouldn't put her in the top 5 this year. As far as the coach of the year race. No, not the coach of the year race.
Why you take her off top 5?
Because I feel like the second half of the season was a tank. I mean, they didn't do what they should have done. I don't think that was a good coaching. What the Liberty did the second half of the season, I don't think that was a display of a good coaching job.
Okay. I don't think they navigated their adjustments properly, losing Jonquel, Sabrina, Stewie, but they did. I do want to point out the development of Natasha. I want to give a little more credit to Natasha because she brings us defensive, but she really had to step it up this year scoring wise and be more of a scoring point guard. And obviously she's one of the top passers in the league, but I like seeing her step up and score with her fellow compadres not doing well. I also think they have a great system overall, like not just great players, but they still have the really good system that is fundamentally sound. Don't want to deny that.
No, I agree with that.
Yeah,
but she wouldn't be in my top 5 this year. I think I probably could fit Stephanie White in the 5 because we named the 3 after Becky. It'll probably be
you put Steph at the 5.
Maybe the dream coach, and then maybe Stephanie at 5. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, who had the most adversity as a coach this season? You lose
definitely Stephanie.
How many other people lost their top player? The Liberty lost Stewart for a little while.
But go ahead.
No, I'm listening.
Yeah, go ahead. No, you was about to start going in.
Yeah, no, I mean they lost Stewart for a little while, and I don't think I think what the Liberty that's a championship team that still has Sabrina and still has Jonquel while Stewie is down, and you're a championship team. I think what they did after losing Stewart was less impressive than what the Fever did after losing Caitlin and then all the other people they lost.
Mm-hmm.
On top of being a first-year coach, implementing a new system, trying to figure things out. Stephanie White did a hell of a job this season.
I mean, I'm pretty sure the amount of starting 5 adjustments that they had to make and offensive adjustments, defensive adjustments they made, I've seen them try every defense. Man, zone, switch everything, head screen. They try everything. Do it at the wall, see what's stuck.
And the only defense that seemed to work for the Fever is Caitlin getting hurt. That was the best defense they've had this season.
Shady boots. Your shady boots. And that's why these hardship contract signs that they got with Odyssey and Shea, I think was one of the best things that could have happened for their defense. They're so active. Yeah. They get in and the other women feed off their energy. I think like Lexi Hall, Sophie Cunningham brought that energy. And even Kelsey Mitchell said it in one of her interviews, or maybe Aaliyah said it too. One of them or both of them said it. But they were like, they would bring the same type of energy that Shea and Odyssey's bringing, but Shea and Odyssey bring it in a different way. And so you're right. Them losing Caitlyn gave them a defensive boost. I cannot deny that.
It really did.
Yeah. But I was really glad to see that they won just because I love being right. If you know bull, you know ball. Okay.
You so vain.
I'm just kidding, but I'm not kidding.
Nah, you vain. You vain.
And that's out of all the games, those were the main ones that I was like excited for. Okay, so let's move on to we'll wrap up this segment in the W, and just kind of I want to hear your projections or predictions at least for tomorrow night's games. We have the New York Liberty visit the Sky. And matter of fact, let me pull up their spread and give a little stats there. You always watch me do this, but now you're gonna be a part of it, and it's just yeah. So they play at 8 p.m. Eastern time. You can watch it on League Pass. New York Liberty will visit the Chicago Sky. Right now, FanDuel has the New York Liberty at negative 9.5 spread. And I want to reiterate, for when they played Las Vegas Aces, the odds were negative 17.5. So I want to point out how, like, for the Aces to win, now it's negative 9.5 with this New York Liberty team visiting the Sky.
The Sky don't stand a chance, so that's easy pick. Liberty. I don't care if they sit starters or not. The Sky's just not a good basketball team, so they're gonna lose.
I do want to point out, okay, Mel said that they're going to lose. I do want to point out, last time these two teams played each other was August 21st, and the Chicago Sky beat the New York Liberty 91-85.
Yeah, that was a serious ball club then. They're not a serious team right now.
It's a lot that can happen in 3 weeks. A lot.
Yeah, it is. A lot, yeah. Yeah. The locker room is broken. Yeah, loss of confidence all over the place. I don't think people believe in Marsh no more. You're not gonna have Reese. It's so much stuff going on with the Sky, man. Like you can't mentally put together enough fortitude and energy for you to go out there and beat a playoff team. It's just not gonna happen.
And a defending champ.
Exactly. Yeah, they get beat. Even if they're leading by 5 with 2 minutes left, they'll find a way to lose it. They're just not a good team, man.
Hey, man, I'm not going to deny any of that. So I'm right there along with you, Mel. I got the New York Liberty for sure beating the Chicago Sky, and I hope that they give Stewie some rest Natasha, just rest. And one thing I like about New York Liberty is they will go to their bench. And when you are trying to make deep playoff runs, you have to be able to rely on your bench. And not just where they're not playing starters and then kind of like what the Phoenix Mercury do. I'm not talking about like starting someone and only playing them under 20 minutes. I'm talking they play their starters for significant amounts of minutes, but they still can rely on their bench. And I like a well-rounded oiled machine working like that. So yep, we got that. That's easy. That was low-hanging fruit. Let's go to the next game. We got the Phoenix Mercury at the Dallas Wings. I want to quickly look at that injury report because I love our page dearly, but I'm curious to see, like, is Shorty good? Let's see. Look at this injury report real quick. We have Paige is not on there. Woo. You just never know. Okay. But a lot could change in the next couple of hours. They play tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern time. You can again catch it on the League Pass. And so yes, Paige is set to play. Last time these two teams seen each other was back in July, and it was like a back-to-back week for the two teams. And they actually traded wins. The first time in July, the Dallas Wings beat Phoenix Mercury 98-89. And then came back 4 days later and visited the Phoenix Mercury, and they lost to Phoenix 102-72. It was a blowout. They got smoked.
Now, how how positive are we that since the playoff picture is all but complete?
I know.
I know Dallas don't have a dog in the race, so I don't think they'll be sitting anybody. So
Yeah.
Dallas will be playing all their firepower, but are we sure that there's nobody that might want the rest for the Mercury or any other of these playoff teams?
That's a great point, and I love that you bring that up. Um, I think it's tricky because it's like you spoke to like keeping players warm before, like not letting them go cold, but then there's also that factor of rest. Um, I feel like the thing about the Phoenix Mercury is they can kind of go deep in their bench too. So even if they were to rest their starters, somebody still got to play. And so I'm looking at it like DeWanna Bonner, Sammy Whitcomb, they're still gonna, I think, play a lot. And this Dallas Wing team, they rely more on their backcourt, especially losing their bigs, but they also like to push tempo just like the Phoenix Mercury do. So I don't think either team is going to shy away from their game plan. And I don't see the Phoenix Mercury like they might not go too hard, but I don't see them not pushing tempo still. And I
Yeah,
don't see them resting everybody. I think they're still going to
yeah,
play. They just might not. Their subbing might look a little different.
yeah.
But Paige
How about
definitely
this?
might go for 30.
Yeah, how about this? How about Paige puts on the show, but the Mercury still win?
That's what you got? Paige
Yeah,
put in the show. Mercury still winning.
Paige put on the show. Show me
Yeah.
some scoring. Go out there
Yeah.
and do the Kobe. I want her to go for 60 like Kobe did in his last game before he retired. Go
Yeah.
do that.
Heck yeah. I need her to go make history real quick.
Yeah,
I can see it happening though. Definitely, I can see it
I want to
happening.
see it. I want to see her go for it. It's the last game
Look,
of the season. Go for it.
it's not a stretch either. Paige, if you
Mhm.
listening, go for it, shorty. Get that
Go for 50,
60.
man. Go get it. Go get it. Put on the show.
Yeah.
I want to see it.
No, for real.
Yeah.
That's gold. Okay. Let's move on. I realize like we've been at this for a little minute. Okay, Golden State Valkyrie visiting the Minnesota Lynx. And like I said, they sat Fee, so I feel like they might sit someone else tonight and she might actually play. And I think another part of the reason she might play tonight is because let me check injury report before I start talking on my butt. But I think they have her listed as day-to-day and there's no comment. I think they gonna play her because I know they care about a championship, but I could see her being such a competitor. Like, man, let me just try one more time at this MVP race because it's pretty much,
No.
or is it already curtains for her? This game is not going to
Nah.
make a difference.
It might already be curtains, and on top of that, you know, man, whatever I did is what I did, and if I get the votes, whatever. But they got a bad taste in their mouth for actually looking like they was in control of that series in the finals and losing it. So they that's the only thing they worried about. They want to get back to the finals.
Right.
So
Okay.
I doubt they'll be having that on their mind. So if she sat last game, she definitely go sit this game.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Back to back
It's no
rest.
point to it's no point to sit last game and then play this game, especially unless it's an actual injury that she had. But if they sitting her for rest, I don't see them playing her tonight.
Yeah, last game they sat her just for rest. I don't. I mean, that's a good point, and I'm like I'm kind of shocked. Was the rest premature? Because did they drop value losing to the Fever heading in, or do these last games don't really matter? To me, they matter, and because they play Golden State Valkyrie, who's demonstrated time again that they are a powerhouse, a force to be reckoned with. I don't really think it's time for y'all to let up just because you're about to play in a 3-game series. Maybe I'm being a little shady, but a 3-game series. And you're going to be home. You're home for this regular season game, and then you're home again for the playoffs to start. I mean, but I get it. Risk of injury. Me,
Yeah,
I would not have sat Fee for the Fever game.
yeah, but I guess they feel like they're such a veteran club
Yeah.
that if you have one of those teams that can cut a switch on in the playoffs, then you can trust it that the rest might be better for them than them, going in on the high. You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because
Yeah.
if you look at how they started the season, right? This is coming off a finals loss. They started the season so fast and so hard, like they just took off at the beginning of the season. So I think mentally a little reset. The last two games, let's reset mentally. They can come out in the playoffs with that same type of energy that they did at the beginning of the season. So it's like a reset.
Okay.
So that I mean, it could be. That's just my thought process, but
I didn't think
we'll
about it
see.
like that. I definitely I love that you said mental, because this game, Kobe said it himself, the game is 80% mental, 20%
Yep.
physical. So a mental reset is definitely necessary for sure. I respect that. Coach Mel. Coach Mel? No? All right.
Coach Mel.
Anyway,
Yeah,
Coach Mel
yeah.
sounded crazy. All right. All right. Final game on this docket for tomorrow. Oh, who you got winning though? Golden State or Minnesota? While you think about that, so far, just to catch y'all up, we have the New York Liberty beating the Chicago Sky. We have Phoenix Mercury. Oh wait, we got Phoenix Mercury winning, but Dallas Page is gonna score 50. And then the Minnesota Lynx here are favorites to win with a negative 6.5 spread.
That's tough.
I'm gonna go. Me personally, I'm gonna go with my Valkyrie again. They just came off that Seattle Storm loss, and I feel like they still think they got something to prove. So they don't care about resting, injury, all this other crap. I think they're gonna go hard. Let me check the injury report real quick. But
Give me the links.
okay.
Give me the links. The vets that might not play, they gonna be on the bench cheering, trying to get. Hey man, y'all go get this win for us so we can go into the playoffs. Off a win. You know what I'm saying? So they gonna be really, a veteran team know that this game might not count, but it still do count. Like, so go get the win for us. You know what I'm saying? That's what you're on the bench for.
I feel like it sucks that they lost too, because they would have been the only team that finished with a single digit loss. Now they're in double digit loss because they lost to Indiana, by the way.
Yeah.
It would have been tough if they finished with that single digit. Just considering the records overall for these women.
That would have been impressive. That would have been impressive for sure.
Yeah. Okay. You got the Minnesota Lynx. And for our final game, so Minnesota, I got the Golden State Valkyrie. Mel got the Minnesota Lynx. We're going to see on Friday who's right. And then we got Las Vegas Aces are going to visit the Los Angeles Sparks. To me, this is my game of the week, but talking about rest, I do think they're probably going to sit Asia.
And the Aces still go win.
Wow. I think the Sparks are going to win. I got the Sparks winning. They are favorites to lose, the Sparks, at a plus 11.5. I noticed like people are really, the Las Vegas Aces, yes. Are they on a 15-game winning streak? I think the Sparks could snap it. They're like, you know what? We didn't make playoffs. We feel like we had a really great season. We're going to finish really strong and snap their game winning streak going into these playoffs. Let's take their huts. That's what I want them to do. Take their huts.
1, 2, 3 Cancun. They ready to party. They ready for that.
Hey, that's hilarious.
They are look. They already getting ready for Unrivaled. You know what I mean? So they mind is elsewhere. They ain't trying to get this win.
Okay. Looks like chat's agreeing with you. Y'all are gonna all be proven wrong. I'm just kidding.
1, 2, 3 Cancun for sure.
Yeah. Arriba. Mariachi. Yeah. I think I'm like way off. Okay, anyway, I've been to Cancun actually. It was a good time. I was young. I was 14. So I was with my parents.
Was it a cruise or y'all flew?
No, we flew. It was a all-you-can-eat resort. And I would go into the shop, like it was a 24/7 like dessert shop or whatever. And I would go in there and I would ask the man for a donut. and it was an old-fashioned donut. And he would look at me, and I said, "And can I please get a glass of milk?" And I went in there every day asking for that. And by day 3, he was like, he already had it ready for me. Yeah, that was a good time. Milk with ice in it too.
You
I
got
like
you
ice.
got to read that children's book called "If You Give a
You
Mouse
give a mouse a
Some Milk."
cookie.
Yeah, if you
Oh,
give a mouse a cookie.
oh my gosh. Let's move on. Next segment. Don't make me regret having you on here. Okay. WNBA playoff predictions. So since the Seattle Storm beat Golden State Valkyrie, again, the Los Angeles Sparks were unfortunately did not make it. So the Storm secured their 7th spot. Just a quick rundown on that for the WNBA playoffs. The regular season is almost behind us, and well, I kind of got ahead of myself. What was y'all favorite? Who was y'all favorite team? I'm sorry. Let's take a pause. Let's rewind. I didn't even ask the lower third question. Who was y'all favorite team this season?
During the season,
Yeah, during the regular season.
it was Minnesota for me. And then because I like dominance and I like really good basketball. You know what I'm saying? Once I see like defense being played, once I see smart basketball, once I see sharing the ball, equal opportunity basketball, you know, a star player that's dominant, good coaching, you know what I mean, not beating yourself. Once I see that, I'm like, I'm tuned in. That's what made me tune in, like that type of basketball.
Mhm.
And Minnesota was playing that. And I told you one time the Aces played like I couldn't watch the Aces. It was painful to watch the Aces. And after they lost by 50 points, something turned on. And when you watch the Aces, I'm like, man. And I don't like the Minnesota as a team. I think I like their brand of basketball better than the Aces. But watching freaking Asia Wilson play is like watching Jordan play, though. I lie to you not. Like for a player to dominate and be so dominant over the league like that, like you can't find a player at any position that can really guard them and stop them. And then on top of that, on the other end, they dominate defensively. Like I haven't seen that since Michael Jordan and Kobe. You get what I'm saying? Or Garnett, you know, on both ends, you know, guys like that. Like I haven't seen that. So when I watch Asia, it give me that same feeling of when you're watching Kobe, Garnett, Michael Jordan in the height of their career. So the Aces, well, put it this way. The Lynx, Minnesota Lynx are my favorite team to watch. Asia is my favorite player to watch.
I like that. Favorite team, favorite player. I would have to agree with you though about watching Asia play. There's nobody doing what she's doing at the level that she's doing it, almost no in the way that she's doing it. And I even can give her even more of a testament that her team was losing and she was still dominating. And then her team, I feel like it was her dominance also that sparked this winning culture back up again. You know what I mean? And I love that too. You could tell she's respected and she's cherished in the community. And I'm glad that there's little girls out there that can look up to her. And even women are who she's playing alongside are being inspired by her. She is our GOAT. She broke so many records. She's my GOAT. She broke so many records this season. She actually just recently passed Maya Moore and some others on the list of most 30-point games in a season. So and then if you set the bar at 30, next thing you know, it's going to be a girl doing it at 40 points. You see what I'm saying? And for a men's basketball, it's like a 40-point night. It's almost the points are increasing. If you get 30 points, it's like, oh, all right. But in a 40-point night, 50-point night, then people are looking at you different. So in women's basketball, the ceiling right now is 30 points. Watch it start climbing up. And it's going to be 40, 50. So it's only a matter of time. Now, for me, my favorite teams to watch this year, I can't help it. Golden State Valkyrie. When I first started watching the women's basketball, Golden State Valkyrie like stole my heart away. Like I loved watching them play. I don't know. Like I love how they were letting that 3 go, But I really enjoy watching like Veronica Burton, Tiffany Hayes, even Monique Billings. And then before Caitlin Thornton went down, like something about that team is so likable, and the crowd made me feel like I was there too. So watching the Golden State Valkyrie, I really enjoy watching them play. And then my favorite player to watch this year, probably
Paige.
what are you gonna say?
Paige. Is it Paige?
I was gonna say Paige is up there. She is, but Sonia Citron really did steal my heart away when I saw her play in
Yeah.
person. I would say
Yeah.
like it would. She stole my heart away. I absolutely love her game, and she even showed me how she can finish well too. She's just gonna be
Mhm.
so freaking scary. Like I'm a little concerned, and if her and Paige were going against each other, I think Paige got her beat on the defensive, and Paige might be a little more quick, but she just got this composure, swag to her. I really enjoyed. So yeah.
Yeah, and I like the way she can handle the contact too.
Yes.
I like Sonya. But back to the Paige piece though.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know when I first heard about the expansion team, I was begging and hoping that WNBA would say they get the number 1 pick. You know what I mean? Because that's how the NBA did when Toronto and Vancouver came. I think they got picked 1 and 2.
Yeah.
And I think they took Damon Stoudemire, Mighty Mouse, and Damon Stoudemire was a beast for Toronto. And I was like, WNBA, please, 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 just give them the number 1 pick. I mean, I want to see Paige. Can you imagine that coach and that offense with that defense with Paige on it?
Oh my gosh.
They missed the opportunity to put her with a huge fan base.
Right.
Golden State Valkyries, huge fan base in the Bay Area. They missed the
opportunity.
Bay
Area would have been lit. Oh my God. Steph already goes to like all the games, but I feel like the whole team would have been at the games. Steve Kerr would have been at the games.
Man, they missed the opportunity.
Like, Paige, you want to come play for us? The Warriors need you, Paige.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. But Golden State Valkyrie, yeah, that would have been solid. I mean, would she fit? I think she would fit into their current system, or do you think that they would build a system around her?
She would fit. She would fit in. She would fit in.
You don't shoot that many threes like the way they do, though. I do want to point that out. I think she's more inclined to put the ball on the ground before she goes to score. Whereas though Golden State Valkyrie, they looking for that swing around as fast as we can and let that thing go.
Nah, absolutely. But yeah, she would fit. I mean, even the way they play offense right now, if you just plug Paige in there, I think it'd be a seamless fit. You know, it'd be a perfect fit, man. And that'd be the star power that they're missing, because that's all they're missing is like a go-to star, bona fide star that can go get a bucket. That's all they're missing.
Right.
They play the team ball, they play defense, they got a great coach.
Right.
You know, the only thing they're missing is somebody like Paige.
Their star. They're missing a star.
Yeah, exactly.
I wanted to call out this point right here. Bree and Mel, LA had a 45% chance at the 1 pick, but Kathy sold it to Dallas. Paige in LA. Oh my God. The one thing about this comment I wanted to point out is that they sold it to Dallas, and how Dallas actually holds a number of first round picks, and they made really good season trades, and they kind of set themselves up. Aside from like JJ Connearly going down, Lee LaRue going down, like they had some probably key people that they were looking at for long term for next season. But I'm not worried about their losses, because they already demonstrated to me they're the type of organization that makes very smart and strategic moves that is going to be beneficial for them. And so whoever's negotiating for Dallas, I don't know if they got Mark Cuban on the line, like what's going on. I don't know. But they do really well negotiating and coming up on top of those trades and things like that. Okay. So that was fun. Chat, make sure you drop who your favorites were this season, team or player, and then we will keep going for this WNBA predictions. Again, the regular season ends tomorrow, and playoffs begin Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern time, and all games will happen. The first round, the first games in the first round are going to happen all on Sunday. And and you can catch every game on ESPN. I think game 4 is going to be on CBS, and maybe like there's a schedule that hasn't been like generated yet. I didn't find it. But we will pull up this bracket here and we can talk about the bracket. So like I don't know which games are going to be first, whatever. They're probably still sorting that out. But I think every team that made it into the playoffs this season, and this is what makes the WNBA so special, is that I think every single team experienced highs and lows this season that they had to overcome. It was no cakewalk for any team, despite the Lynx having like a really good record and dominating for so long. I still think that they faced controversy with their star going down, and those women had to overcome and show that they're still good players and still a good organization without her. So, and that's just one team. There's 13 teams on this list right now to go about, but only 8 could have made it. And out of those 8, we're going to break down matchup by matchup and see who's for real and who's pretend. Who's the contenders and who's the pretenders.
Let's do it.
So you ready? Okay. Let's get it.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So here is our WNBA playoffs, the official one, because remember we've had another screenshot, but it was pending. The Sparks and Storm was pending yesterday's games, but now this is official. It's locked in, and these are the seedings. And first look, how we feeling? Are you talking, Mel? Because I can't hear you. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't add you to the stage. Woo! Okay.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm looking at Bleacher Report, and they just put a different bracket out.
No way, because I got this from Bleacher Report. Oh Lord.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, so everything is the same except they got the. How's that possible? How did the Fever drop to the 8 seed? So they got the Fever in the 8 seed. They got the Valkyries in the 6 seed, and they got the Storm in the 7 seed.
Well, the Storm in the Indiana in the 7 and 8, that is odd because I thought Indiana locked it in at 7. But let me look for what you're looking for, because I pulled this straight from the Bleacher Report.
Yeah, this like as soon as you put this up, it popped on my notifications, and okay. I just opened it. Yeah, I just
as soon as I put this up, huh? Damn, man.
Yeah, no, seriously, the notification popped up as soon as you put that up. I looked at my phone and the notification dropped up. I just put it in the group chat though.
All right,
check the group chat.
It ain't come through yet. Bear with this chat. Bear with me. Bear with me. We'll find the official. We'll get real official in here, man.
Yeah. Bleacher Report. They need to get their stuff together. They
do because they do.
Don't put a bracket out until it's final, man. That's what I want to see. Don't. They putting stuff out there on prematurely.
I mean, I'm looking for it. I still didn't get the group chat checks yet, but so like the one I clicked on it said 18 hours ago the updated 2025 bracket from Bleacher Report. This the one. I'm gonna click on CBS Sports, see what they say.
Maybe they trip. Oh, I'm sorry. This junk says September 4th. Why did I just get this notification then? All right, so you right.
Okay. Let me add him back to the stage. I had him muted for a second. I'm sorry. That was not intentional.
Hold on. Why did I just get that notification just now then?
I'm not sure. I don't know. Right. Anyway, here is the official bracket. Chat, and let me ask Tulip. Tulip is my fact checker. Is this the right bracket?
Real Money said is the right one. He said Fever number 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I think the reason it's like that because they are number 3 in the East. So I think they still take into account how someone did in their division in their
Yeah.
conference. So
Yeah.
I think that's what's going on right there.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
We got
It's
people
the
saying
right
the
one.
correct.
My bad.
Okay,
My
perfect.
bad, bro. My
No,
apology.
no problem. All right. So we have let's go. We're gonna go matchup for matchup, and we're gonna talk about our predictions for just the first round. Right? We're not gonna go too far in depth. Or maybe we can, I don't want to be micromanaging this moment, but as I am one to do. But let's start at the bottom left here with the
Okay.
4th and the 5th seed. Phoenix Mercury ended up with the home court advantage over New York Liberty. So New York Liberty will visit Phoenix on Sunday. Again, I don't know what times the game slots are yet. Well, that'll probably come out after tomorrow's games, and drop Friday possibly. But yeah, New York Liberty versus Phoenix Mercury. Who you got winning that series? And just remember, quick preface is the first round will go 3 games and it's going 1-1-1. So home, away, home. So it's best of 3.
This is so freaking unfair for the champs for them to get this matchup in the first round because Phoenix play really good basketball, but Phoenix also I don't know, man. Like I wish I can remember how they performed in the playoffs last year, but I know they got new pieces on that team, so that might not be a good reference point. But I kind of want to go with the experience of the Liberty in the playoffs and say because I think Phoenix is playing better basketball than the Liberty, but that could change just because it's the playoffs, right? So it's kind of hard to pick. If I'm going based on who I think plays the better brand of basketball this year, it'll be Phoenix winning this. But anything can happen in the playoffs when you got a more experienced team. So I wouldn't be surprised if it's the Liberty. But I'm going with the team with home court advantage, and I'm going with Phoenix.
Okay.
But that's gonna be a freaking good matchup.
I think it's gonna be an amazing matchup because both teams have the size. And how they use their size is two completely different things. But then we have because we have really strong perimeter defenders like Natasha Cloud, but then you have big guards like Alyssa Thomas, Satu. Well, Satu's like a forward. Well, Satu gives me guard forward, but still, you have really big players on their team that have a tendency to put guards in the post and play like guard post match basketball. So that causes a lot of mismatches for teams. Last time these teams seen each other, they played each other 3 times this year. And the Mercury ended up beating the New York Liberty 3 out of those 4 times that they played. One game was the women's empowerment night. But still, they played each other 4 different times, and Phoenix Mercury won 3 out of those 4 times. And the games were relatively close, kind of, yes and no. But I know one of the times that they played the New York Liberty, one of the times they played, they didn't have Stewie. So, and I think another time they didn't have Sabrina. I don't think it's been a while since these two teams played each other and they were fully healthy on the New York Liberty side.
Do you think this 4-5 matchup is the only potential upset?
No. I actually and I was gonna call out that I think I see an upset happening with this Indiana Fever and Atlanta team. Because I think Indiana has a tendency to be a wild card. I think out of every team on this showing on the screen right now, it's Indiana that is the wild card. And I think I mean, I don't even consider New York Liberty to be a wild card, but it would be an upset. But I think Indiana and Atlanta is going to be a great matchup for sure.
Okay, so the 2 upsets are coming at the 3-6 matchup and the 4-5 matchup. Both of those are potential upsets.
You think so? What if it's just upsets across?
No, I'm asking. I'm asking.
Oh no, I think out of the Phoenix Mercury and the New York Liberty, I think New York Liberty is a great playoff team. I don't know if I believe in the Phoenix Mercury offense enough, or I believe in Alyssa Thomas. Don't get me wrong, but to me they start to fall apart at times when each of their players decide to take it on for themselves. And if they don't, I just sometimes I just think they struggle to keep themselves together or even demonstrate that they can finish a game very well. So,
Okay.
Phoenix, New York Liberty. I got New York Liberty winning. So yeah, that I see that upset happening.
Okay.
And they're gonna go to 3.
I can see that.
I think they're gonna go to 3.
I can see that. I can see New York and Phoenix going to 3. I think Indiana getting swept.
Okay. You think Atlanta gonna sweep Indiana?
I do.
What makes you say that?
I mean, Indiana is, you know, they go come out here and shoot all their bullets out. You know, they go try to run the gun. Mitchell is she go put up daggone 20 shots. You know, but when you look at what's the big girl in Atlanta? Is it her name Bree, right? Bree Jones.
Breonna Jones.
Bree Jones is a big body that I think a lot of teams when they up against Boston can kind of push and go in the post and do her thing, get offensive boards and all that stuff. I don't think it's so easy for her to do that with Bree Jones. And then they got big freaking Brittany Griner down there as well. I mean, she's old and she's long in the tooth and old, so her minutes are coming down for sure, and she don't run as well. So she might be a liability in that sense, but I still like that size would be able to neutralize Boston and make it to where Mitchell has to do too much for them to stay in the game. How many is there a lot of big Boston games in the matchups in the regular season with against this team, against the Dream?
Is there any big matchups that are you talking
like
specifically?
Has Boston had big games? I'm about to look it up. Has Boston had big games against them?
As Aaliyah Boston had big games against the Dream. Oh yeah, I got you. I could pull that set up.
Okay.
How has Aaliyah Boston played against the Atlanta Dream? Okay, so historically, this season at least, Aaliyah has averaged. Well, let me just see. Let's see.
She done had a career high against them.
Yeah. That's like her and Jones go back and forth. But this season, Aaliyah has averaged 13.5 points, 6.8 rebounds, 5 assists in the 4 games that they played against the Dream this season.
13 points.
Yeah, she averaged 13.5 points. 6.8 rebounds. Her highest, best game against them was back in May, and she did have a double-double with 24 and 10. And she shot 69% from the field. But I don't think Breonna Jones even got Eastern Conference Player of the Week until June or July. I think it was July. And they played them in July, and it was she got 19 points, 6 rebounds. She, as in Aaliyah, she had 8 assists this game, and she shot 50%. Historically, over the season, she shot an overall 48%, 48.7% from the field against them, taking it on average 9 shots.
Yeah,
so she doesn't struggle getting her shot off at all.
Well, so so her best game was in Indiana against, and that was the 24 and 10. And then she had 2 games in Atlanta, and in those 2 games she had 4.7 rebounds and 7 points, 4 rebounds. And then back in Indiana she had a 19 and 6 and 8. So she do very well against them at home, but on the road in Atlanta, she struggled. 4 points and 7 points is insane.
I think, in Atlanta, their crowd's going to be lit. I'm sure they're going to have superstars and celebrities there. And that matters, in my opinion. That really does matter. When you play, because Atlanta's a hot spot, and it just makes all the nerves and all the things. But I want to point out how Indiana Fever played the Lynx technically at home and beat they beat the Lynx in the Commissioner Cup this season. That's a huge
Yeah,
game.
but the Lynx, look at their big girls.
They
Bridget
have great
and
Jessica Shepard, Alana Smith. Alana's about to probably be a defensive player of the year.
they can't bully Boston. Griner and Bree Jones can bully Boston.
But Boston, I mean, okay, I'll give you that. I will say, but here's the thing. That's if the girls don't pass it into them. Also, pass it into Aaliyah. Because Aaliyah, to be successful, needs to get touches. And sometimes I think the Indiana Fever, for whatever reason, this particular group at times struggle getting those touches. There's stats out there that show when Caitlin's on the court, Aaliyah touches the ball more.
Because she's the screen setter 95% of the time for Caitlin. And you know what I'm saying? And they're blitzing Caitlin off the screen.
But they said she set screens for Kelsey too, though.
Kelsey looking for her shot off the screen.
That's the point I'm trying to make. I want to see Aaliyah get more touches so that we can see how she can hold her own against these big girls like Bree, Anna Jones, and Brittany Griner.
2 games in Atlanta. Usher go be at both of them. Females don't play that well in front of Usher. they just don't.
Usher, baby.
Yeah, give me Atlanta in the sweep.
Okay, Atlanta in the sweep. I got the game going to 3, and Indiana is gonna end up beating the Dream. Because as much as people keep saying the Dream is coach of the year, he's gonna run in runner up, they do not finish well down the stretch. Tell me an Atlanta game besides that, maybe that one game that get back against the Lynx, and they barely pulled that off, where they finished well down the stretch. And one thing about this Indiana Fever team, I feel like they don't let up. They are the most resilient team this year. And I think they're feeling themselves and they're excited. They like the dynamic that they have.
I don't know about that.
Okay.
Is that true?
The Dream don't have a home crowd. They have everybody else supporting them. They don't have fans. I do like when I saw I think their crowd, a lot of people show up. I do want to point that out there. Their crowd always, like, the building always looks like it's hot. Like it's super hot in there. But when the Lynx were there, people were rooting for the Lynx. I'm not gonna lie. But that's a different.
Yeah.
And people are gonna show up because it's cool. And I think they're gonna scream loud for Atlanta. Now, them playing Fever just carry fans everywhere. That's a given. So.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see. We'll see we'll see how they play when Usher right there in the front row with his shades off.
I wish JT was in this chat. JT is one of like a very reoccurring watcher of the show. He loves the Atlanta Dream. I got the Fever. I got the Fever pulling this out in 3.
Dang, that's tough.
They're gonna beat them. They're gonna beat them at home the first game. They're gonna lose. Yeah. They're gonna beat them at Atlanta Dream the first game. They're gonna lose at home in the second game, and then come back and down the stretch, they gonna win.
If the Fever win game 1, then I start leaning toward your theory.
Okay,
but I would be very interested to see what the storyline and the narrative would be from the Fever fans if Stephanie White, Mitchell, and Boston can get out of the first round without Caitlin. I would love to see what that would do for the fan base of the Fever, because most of the Fever fans badmouth Stephanie White and badmouth Mitchell and Boston, especially when they lose. So and they say that you can't do anything without Caitlin and you're nothing without Caitlin. So I would love to hear what they say if these girls get out of the first round this year.
So
they already won the Captain's Cup without her. They already won more ball games this year without her. If they get out of the first round without her, that's gonna change a lot.
I agree. So you did Caitlin aside, and I think that's a great point. To speak to the lower third, Mel. You said that you believe that Indiana Fever are going to get swept. Is it safe to say that you think that they are pretenders, or are they contenders?
They certainly aren't contenders.
Okay.
So if the only two options is pretender or contender, then they're certainly pretenders.
All right.
Absolutely. The only contenders I see are the Aces, the Minnesota Lynx.
Wait, hold. We about to get to them.
Okay. All right.
Well, I love it though. I love it. Hold on. For all of you who are just joining us, right now we are talking about the WNBA playoff bracket. This is currently what is most up to date. Again, some games can happen tomorrow, and this bracket is subject to change. But for right now, we are on. We talked about the Phoenix versus New York Liberty, and now our conversation has shifted to this Atlanta versus Indiana matchup. And we want to know your thoughts. Are out of these two teams, are they pretenders? Are they contenders? What do you think? Out of these best of three, I got Indiana Fever winning in game 3, and then Mel has Atlanta sweeping Indiana, so that they'll stop. They'll only play 2 games with Mel's theory, because it's best of 3, and that means Atlanta would then travel to Indiana, who we know fans are going to be going bonkers. They're going to travel to Indiana and beat them at home to close the series out. We want to hear your thoughts as well, and then we're going to move on to the next matchup, which is would love to talk about this Minnesota versus Seattle Storm matchup. And I'm going to save the Aces and Golden State Valkyrie best for last, in my opinion. Minnesota Lynx and Seattle Storm. What are we thinking here, Mel?
I think Minnesota can pull this one out. I don't think it'll be a sweep. I think the Storm will get a game, but I think Minnesota will win both the home games and advance to the second round. And what I want to see from Minnesota is them show some dominance. I don't want them to play with their food and play around with the Storm. The Storm limped into the playoffs. Like they barely got in there. It was looking bad for them for a while. And while somebody's down like that, you need to come out in game 1 and make a freaking statement. If they come out and play around and it's close and all that stuff, it's not gonna look good. They go to Seattle and they go feel like they got life, and they got good players over there. So Diggins is a she's a killer on the court. I like Gabby Williams and definitely Agumake is a vet that you can rely on her in the playoffs. So you can't play around with them. The freaking I keep wanting to call Minnesota Phoenix for some reason, but Minnesota, they gotta come out, make a statement in game 1, beat them as bad as they can beat them, and try to get it over with quick. But I'm picking Minnesota for sure.
You got Minnesota in how many games?
I think it'll go the distance. I think they get 2 games in Minnesota and they'll lose the one in Seattle.
Interesting. If all teams stay healthy, I got the Lynx beating the Seattle Storm, and I see it as a sweep. I think they are pretenders. I don't think Noelle Quinn's a good coach. I don't think their offense has what it takes. Defensively, possibly, I could see them maybe holding off, but the Lynx did not come this far just to come this far. And I think they got a vengeance, and I think they're going all. They want to get themselves to the finals. And this Storm team is not going to be the ones to stop them from doing it. I think they have a way better coaching system, way better fundamentals. I think with the Minnesota Lynx, they're going to be their own worst enemies. It's going to come down to them making shots. But the games are going to be so intense because the last time these two teams seen each other, nobody could stop Skylar Diggins. And I have so much faith in Cheryl Reeves, her players, and the coaching staff in their ability, especially on the first game at home, to make adjustments and ensure that Skylar does not go off the way that she did. They also lost their temper, so they were hit with some technicals, and that really shifted the tempo of the game. So, but prior to this matchup, the Lynx were getting the Storm out the way, even when the Storm were doing well at the first half of the season. I want to pull those games up, but
Yeah, I agree. I'd be shocked if Minnesota ain't got something special for Diggins. If Diggins really tore into them the last time they met, I would be shocked if they didn't come out with some type of game plan to make sure she don't get hers. So we'll see.
yeah, I 100% believe Cheryl Reeves is going to outcoach Noelle. It's like no doubt about that one, in my opinion.
Yeah, this is a coach who done had Minnesota competitive for quite some time. She led the women in gold. She just came out of the final. Like I really like Reeves, man. She's a good coach, dog.
Yeah,
heck of a coach.
Well, these two teams played each other. August. Well, so they played each other 4 times this year. Tuesday, they played each other in May, June, August, and in August, 2 times in August. And like I said, last time they played each other, Storm beat them 93-79. But the time before that, the Lynx beat them 91-87. Before that, the Storm beat them 94-84, and then the Lynx before that beat them 82-77. So they're trading wins here based on this pattern. They're up next, but I think when they beat them in June, the Storm, they didn't have V in June. She had just went down, or maybe she went down that game. I know these refs better pay attention because there was some bad blood between these two teams. It's like a low key, like a rivalry. And I liked how the energy that Kayla McBride brought. I mean, I seen a different monster out there. Her and Skylar, like I was like, you know, they got really strong muscles. Say it again.
I like McBride.
Me too. She's probably, if we were talking about players to watch, she's in my top 10 of favorite players to watch for sure. I just like her energy, man. I think she's overlooked. She reminds me of Naz Reid. Like if we're comparing the Minnesota team, she's the Naz Reid of the Minnesota Lynx because she gets overshadowed a lot, but she has a lot to bring to the table. And when she does have the ball, she makes an impact. And I think Naz Reid does the same
like the
thing.
Naz Reid. I like the Naz Reid comp, but I got her more Nikhil Alexander Walker.
Really?
Because he's low key a really, really good player, man.
He is low key a good player. And they had Jaden McDaniels over him. And I think he got lost in the sauce with that guy. Yeah. Like he wasn't, like Jaden was definitely more of a go-to before Nikhil. And I agree. But again, Ant takes so much away from everybody else. I feel like if Ant went to a different team, those guys would be better. That's my opinion. But that's getting off topic. Anyway. Okay, so we both got the Lynx. When it's our games that we have it. You think it's gonna go to 3? I think it's gonna stop at 2. I think it's gonna be a sweep. Okay, let's keep going. So we have the final matchup for this first round: Las Vegas Aces and Golden State Valkyrie. And the reason I saved this for last because I don't think this is gonna be a sweep.
Yeah, I don't either.
Golden State gonna make the Aces work for every single point. But I am a little concerned about who the hell is gonna stick Asia.
Nobody.
Monique Billings and Timmy, but they have really good paint defense. But Asia's just better. So despite and they rotate really well, they have a great coach. I'm very concerned about who's gonna hold her off. and how much work that they're probably going to put in, and whoever does have that assignment, we're probably going to not see them on offense as much. Because they're going to be tired.
I don't think they're gonna be that tired, man. I think it's gonna be such easy work for Asia. Well, no, you know what? They're gonna let the physicality ramp up a little bit in the playoffs, man. So that might neutralize her a little bit. What they could double and be way more physical than they normally could in the regular season. So that might help them guard her a little bit better. But she's so good with that mid range. She's not gonna need to go. That's what I like about Asia, because she's a big girl. She's tall. She's big down low. She's athletic down low. And if that was you would almost fall in the trap of saying, all I need to do is develop my game at the rim and just keep doing that. But what happens is once you start getting fouled down there and they start allowing it, you ain't got nothing else to go to. Man, she developed that daggone mid-range jump shot, and now she's stretched out to the 3, and she can damn near play like a guard.
She been accurate. So she's shooting at least 50-something% from the 3 these past few games.
So she got a choice. Do I want to post up in the low post and score on you in the low post? Do I want to shoot the mid-range from the mid post? Do I want to turn and face and jab step you and beat you with speed and athleticism and power at the rim? Do I want to stretch it all the way to the 3 and I'm a threat to dribble all the way to the rim and get a layup, or I'm a threat to hit the 3? Like, she can do it so many different ways. I don't think that when a team throws more physicality at her, that is going to affect the team, because she can do it in so many other different ways. So I wouldn't be surprised if they sweep, but I also know that the Valkyries are. Yeah, I mean, come on, this is an expansion team. This is their first taste of the playoffs.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So that first game, if they do win a game, it won't be the first one for sure. They're going to be shell shocked that first game, like, oh, this is the playoffs. It's different.
Well, I see what you're saying. And with this experienced Aces team and their ability, I think, to put the pressure on other teams in a way that can kind of be concerning, especially for someone like Veronica Burton, who probably will get Most Improved Player this year, but she has she turns the ball over way too much, and I'm concerned for her with Jackie Young just locking that down and forcing a lot of turnovers. And I know that the Aces will capitalize. And what I like about the Aces is they have this ability to take control of the tempo of the game. And I think that works to their benefit, especially with this Golden State Valkyrie team, who, in my opinion, if you slow them down, they start to get exposed.
So here's the wild card, though. And I got to ask you this question.
Yeah. I'll come back to the Valkyries.
The Valkyries head coach was on the staff with the Aces last year, correct?
Yeah, she was assistant.
So do you think Becky Hammon, knowing that coach well enough that that's an advantage for her, or do you think that the head coach for the Valkyries, knowing Becky Hammon and all the tendencies of Aja Wilson and that team, gives the Valkyries more of an advantage?
Okay, good question. I don't know if it does, because if we look at even this season, the Aces cooked the Valkyries multiple times. So for Natalie, I don't think it matters that she has this information. I think she may have learned some things. I think Becky would actually have more of an advantage, because it was Becky's team and system that Natalie probably contributed in her own ways, but I'm pretty sure she pulled a lot from Becky and then put into her team. So what she's doing now, she probably learned a lot of it from a winning philosophy, a winning coach, and winning organization. And so that's probably why Natalie has found so much success. So I do think that Becky has that edge over her for sure. It's kind of like Master Sensei in what is it? Like Master Splinter and Ninja Turtles. We want Ninja Turtles to be better than Master Splinter.
Yeah.
But,
yeah.
To your point, they are new, but they are proving everybody wrong about the whole new thing, because I don't think anybody saw them at least making the playoffs, and not only making the playoffs, being six
That's insane.
or
That's insane.
seven.
They played good ball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think they
I
never
mean,
cracked five, but they've been right there.
I don't think they did. But things get tricky in the playoffs because even though you said the Aces have had their way with the Valkyries during the regular season, that's like a different thing. Like, okay, your scouting team may have looked at the calendar, was like, okay, we got the Aces, let's watch some film, but we also got a back-to-back with this team after the Aces, so we actually got to spend some time on that. Now you're looking at, all I got to do is scout the Aces, and we've been able to scout the Aces since the brackets was finalized. So they've been watching and scouting the Aces, and vice versa, ever since the beginning of this week or the end of last week, and then they go all the way into this weekend, and they get to come out there with their game plan, and it's the same team that they're scouting for the next game and the next game if necessary. So I think the regular season does give us a really good snapshot, but now we got to add that factor that the scouting team is only scouting for this one team, so it's gonna be interesting. But I'm with you. I'm taking the Aces, and it could be a sweep, it could not be. It's so easy to it's a fine line between whether it's a sweep or not with a best of three. You get what I'm saying?
It is. It's so difficult. I cannot wait till they add more teams and it's just best of 7 all the way around. And they're slowly building it in. You know how they have it best of 7 for the finals, but still, what the heck are we doing?
You remember the NBA? Games? You might be too young. You might be too young for this, but you remember the NBA was best of 5 in the first round?
How many years ago?
In the 90s, because I remember when Seattle and Sean Kemp and Gary Payton had the #1 record in the West, and they got beat by Dikembe Mutombo in Denver in a 5-game series. So they got beat 3-2. And right after that, a couple of years after that, that's when they changed it to 7. No. They changed it to 7 probably like 99, 2000 maybe. So pretty much your whole life.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm about to Google it.
I was alive in the 90s.
Yeah, but you wasn't cooking bacon and eggs back then. You didn't have motor skills with you were still squeezing your mashed potatoes like this. Just squeezing it. That's how you.
What are we talking about right now? Oh, while you do that, I'm gonna pull the brackets one more time. And just to catch everybody up, if you're joining, we appreciate your support. Thank you so much for talking in the chat. If you have, keep the conversations going. Put your picks in, who you got for your matchups. Right now, we're talking about just predictions for the first round of the WNBA playoffs. Again, this bracket is not fully set. Once the regular season ends tomorrow, we will have it locked in for sure. But for right now, this is the most up-to-date WNBA playoffs bracket. And we are currently talking about the Las Vegas Aces versus the Golden State Valkyrie. And the best of 3 series, essentially. I could definitely see Las Vegas Aces sweeping for sure. I think this is the only sweep that we might see in the first round. And that's just my opinion. People in the chat saying it was 2003.
Yeah, it was 2003. I just looked it up. 2003. So I was close. I said 2000. Well, not that close. I was 3 years off, but yeah. Best of 5. And honestly, I liked it like that. I don't think it was an issue because, think about some of those first round teams that we get in the 8 seed that really they be having like 500 or below 500 records. Like, man, I don't want to see them 7 times. Like, put them out their miseries quick, man. You know what I mean? And it gave the #1 seed some incentive to get it done quick, man. Let's just go ahead and get 3 straight games and go relax.
And then on the other hand, you look at it like some teams gotta like get used to, just like you said, Golden State Valkyrie never played in the playoffs before. I would like to see them at least get comfortable. And I don't think it's gonna take 1 game, 2, but 3. Maybe by the 3rd game, that probably will be the hardest, closest game, possibly. Or maybe the most, and or we might see that comfort right out the gate. They've been playing with such a high intensity crowd that I don't think it's gonna be atmosphere wise different for them, possibly, but like the women that they're playing against, they better come ready to play tough, because I think Golden State Valkyries plays really pretty basketball. Like they play pretty. Wow.
But
Las
they
Vegas
D up
Aces that
though.
play
But
gritty.
they be D'ing up though,
Like,
Bree.
say it again.
They be D'ing up though.
They do. They do. I'm not saying they don't got that grip, but they just how do I explain it? They just it's a pretty. They be playing pretty.
It's prissy.
Prissy. They and I mean, listen. I don't think they're not gonna play as gritty as the Aces. The Aces girls, they just the Aces women, they play different. I don't know how to explain it. They're definitely a little more intimidating of a team based on their
Yeah.
play style. I think that's where yeah. But okay, so overall, what you were saying earlier about contenders or pretenders, who are your contenders and who are your pretenders?
Lynx, Aces, Mercury, Liberty.
Your contenders are the Lynx, Aces, New York,
And Mercury.
and Mercury. Okay.
Yep.
True contenders. So
Unfortunately,
yeah.
Unfortunately, Mercury and Liberty got to. They're both contenders. They got to see each other in the first round. You know what I mean? But if Mercury was taking care of business, they would be in the 3 seed instead of Atlanta, and they would be facing the Fever. So a second round of Vegas and Mercury and Lynx and Liberty, that's a heck of a Final Four. But unfortunately, we got to see Atlanta advance because Indiana going home early. The way Indiana about to get done in this first game, they might give Atlanta 2 wins for it.
You think Atlanta gonna take their hearts early?
Yes, ma'am. It's gonna be ugly. It's gonna be uglier than the masterpiece, Nico. It's gonna be ugly than them big baller brand sneakers, man.
Hey yo, I haven't seen that shoe or a shirt, a BBB shirt in a minute.
I made goodness. A BBB shirt. I made a BB shirt, but it wasn't for Big Baller Brand. It was for Beach Blonde, Bad Built.
So you mean BBBB shirt?
No, I still made a BBB.
Bad Built.
You don't remember when Jasmine Crockett said that on the daggone house floor? She was arguing with Margie Taylor Greene.
No.
And she called the Beach Blonde Bad Built Butch Body.
Moving on. My pretenders and my contenders. I got contenders. I have Minnesota Lynx is a contender. Aces are contenders. New York Liberty are contenders. And I got Atlanta and Indy as contenders.
Come on, Brie, that's everybody. That's everybody.
Yeah, I got everybody as contenders, except I didn't say the Phoenix Mercury. I didn't say Seattle Storm. I got everybody. How about it was easier for me to do my pretenders? I think the Storm are pretenders, and honestly, the Mercury, they might be pretenders too. I'm not saying I love how Natasha Mack, I like her in the paint presence for defense. I think she might give Jonquel Jones a run for her money at some point. I like Dewana Bonner and the energy that she brings off the bench. Sammy Whitcomb the same. But I think that this team is not ready for playoffs, and they are pretenders.
Brie, there's no way the Fever and the Valkyrie are contenders. There's absolutely no way. You have to reconsider. No, I'm joking. You don't have to, but Seriously though.
They said the same thing about the Pacers 2 years ago, and I was advocating for the Pacers 2 years ago. They said the same thing about them, and look what
That was
happened.
right. They wasn't contenders 2 years ago.
I don't know. I don't know if the Valkyrie. I think that was a little bit of a stretch. I hate that I still need them to prove something to me. This is not their year, but I don't think they're pretenders, but I don't think they're contenders. So I guess because they're not contenders, I'll put them as pretenders. I'll say that. But the Fever, I still think they're contenders. I have not given up on them. I don't
What's your
like. I just
what's your definition of a contender? Let's see what Google say, because maybe we got our own definition of it, and we're a little bit off.
okay.
Contender.
This feel like deja vu when we were talking about who's more a pure scorer, and you looked up the definition of pure without the context of basketball. So let's see what you do.
Well, you got to get the definition and then put it in the context of basketball.
It still becomes objective.
Okay, I get it. What you find? Did you look it up?
Oh, I thought okay. You're right. This is my show. I was being lazy.
I'm looking it up too, but
I'm gonna look it up too. I'm gonna look it up, and then we'll move on, man.
All right, this is AI. This answering this question. In sports,
okay.
a contender is an individual or a team that has a strong and realistic chance of winning a championship.
Yeah, my definition, I typed in championship contender is an individual, team, or entity that is a serious competitor for a championship or high honor, meaning they're considered to have a good chance of winning.
If the Fever were to make it to the finals against the Lynx, are they legit contend? If the Fever make it to the second round against the Aces, are they legit in your mind? Or are you picking them?
How the Aces are right now and how the Storm are the Fever are right now, I think the Aces could definitely win.
Okay, so but I'm saying Indiana, like so you saying that you're picking them to beat Atlanta, or if they was to face the Vegas Aces in the second round, would you pick Indiana?
No.
Right. So you
I think it'd go to game 5 though.
But you're automatically saying that they really don't have a shot at getting to the finals, so they aren't contenders. Like contenders are people like, man, they have a real shot because everybody they play, they're the favorites on. Like the Aces, everybody on their side, whoever they play, they're going to be the favorites. And so is the Lynx.
I think that's contender. I feel like contender, I'm looking at it as like someone that I feel like has what it takes to win. I do believe that this Fever team are contenders. I do believe they have what it takes to win. Are they going to have to fight really hard? Yeah. But they've demonstrated over time there. That's why I call them my wild card, because they win games nobody thinks they should win, and they lose games everybody thinks they should win. And when it's high stakes and high pressure, they come through. And the fact that they just beat the Minnesota Lynx, and you're still sitting here even without Fee, and she hasn't even been playing that well. They beat them with Fee for the Commissioner Cup, the best team in the league with an MVP contender on their team, and you're still sitting here debating with me without Caitlin. You're debating with me whether or not they're contenders. They're darn sure not pretenders. They're not pretenders. I got them as contenders.
Sheesh. Pretenders with hope. How about that?
Okay. It's all hope. It's all hope. We all got hope. If you don't have hope, I feel bad for you. Yeah. Hope is just a universal thing. You got hope right now with what you're saying. You hoping you right, because you would hate for me to be right.
I'm not hoping I'm right. It's a done deal that the Fever are going to the crib. They're going home. 1, 2, 3, Cancun.
All right, we moving on to a new segment because we're way over time. We're behind time actually. So moving on to a new segment. I am so excited. All my A1s, Day ones, Ace Band Coons. I will present to you 5 on the floor. Wait, hold on.
Those little hands.
Well, so. Wait, why is it an echo? Did you hear that echo?
I don't hear echo. I
I
don't
heard
hear
it. Okay. All right. So, 5 on the floor. What is it? You're all like, what the heck is this, Bree? I wanted it to become like a new signature draft segment for the No Bull podcast. And every single time I have a guest on, we are going to have this 5 on the floor segment. Are you excited? Because I'm excited.
I'm excited because I'm the first one to get to play it.
Yeah.
So I get to set the tone. I get to set the precedence.
Sure. 5 on the floor. Let me show y'all. Take y'all to the screen. Okay, 5 on the floor. I guess I could have put the floor, but I made this really, really fast. So the rules are simple. Me and my guest, Mel, from the Man Down Sports Podcast. If you haven't already, check the link in the description below. You will see a link to the podcast. Go ahead and subscribe. But so me and my guests are gonna build our ultimate playoff squad. One current player in the WNBA for each position. So you got the point guard, the shooting guard. For that third position, I did guard/forward. So this player has to be a guard or a forward, and you can use it however you want. Maybe you want to go big, get a small forward going, whatever. Then you got a forward, and then a center. And then I don't have this listed here, but I did want to throw in a coach. And like who, out of all the current coaches would we want to coach this team? So we're the general managers, essentially. So me and Mel are the GMs, and we're each going to go bar for bar. Because he's the guest, I'll let him go first. And we'll start off with the point guards. Now, this isn't just about stats. It's about who you trust when everything's on the line. Because this is like the finals playoff game. These 5 superhumans who don't have to sub out, so there's no bench. This 5, who's your 5? Down to the wire. And in chat, we need you because I need you to drop your starting 5 as we go. And then also tell us which out of our 2 squads y'all are rolling with. And then post session, I'm going to have a poll going, etc., etc. But my fault, I did not. If you were talking, I didn't have you on the stage. So I'm sorry.
It's all good.
Okay. But I got you on the stage now, so we should be good there. But yes, 5 on the floor. How we feeling about that, y'all? And I'm going to add it as we go. So
I'm ready. I'm ready.
You ready? Okay.
Yeah.
Chat, are y'all ready?
What order are we picking the positions in? Are we picking point guards first, then shooting guards, or like can I pick any player?
Yep. Let me bring it back up. Okay, so we're gonna start with point guard, and again, this is your current and to make it even more interesting, once you pick that point guard, I cannot pick them, and vice versa.
Okay. All right, and so it's got to be off a playoff team.
The table. No, it could be a current player in the league overall.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Let's go. It would have been harder if you said only from the playoff teams. That would have been harder.
Are you gonna just go, or are you gonna keep talking about the rules that I made?
Oh, you didn't give me the prompt. You didn't say go. Go now. Pick right now.
Let's get started.
Okay, well, let's go. I'm picking.
This how Mel B. Mel said, "Are we doing like that? It would be harder." I think this is perfect how it is.
No, it is perfect. It is perfect. I was just throwing it out there. I wasn't. Okay. I wasn't suggesting that you change it. I'm going Sabrina first.
Okay, so you got Sabrina Ionescu as your point guard.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Why did you choose Sabrina?
I chose Sabrina because she's a vet, right? She knows how to win in the playoffs. She knows how to play against all that physicality that takes some of these rookies a while to get used to. And then she can shoot the peel off the ball. And I got an idea of how I want my offense to run. So I'm going with her first.
Okay. So Mel got Sabrina Ionesco as his first pick as point guard. Okay. So for me, for my point guard, drum roll, please. What's it called? Can you find that?
Oh, it is a drum roll thing?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, boss lady. Bossing me around again. Those are African drums.
Hey, yo.
Those are African drums. They didn't even have no sticks.
Yeah.
It was with his hands. I like it though.
Yeah. I got my point guard as Paige.
I was gonna pick her
My
as my
point guard
shooting
is
guard.
Paige Beckers. And the reason I got her as my point guard is because I want a more of a pure shooter in my guard, but I'm not saying she's not a good shooter, but I got her as my point guard at least. And we gonna run it a different way.
I mean, I guess you can call her a point guard. I mean, she's really a shooting guard. I mean, she really a shooting guard, but I mean, it's your show, so I let it slide. You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, she's a shooting guard.
When nobody on her, what y'all think, chat? She listed as a guard. She listed as a point guard.
Fair.
She's a point guard.
Okay, I like it. I love it. I'm taking Kelsey Mitchell as my shooting guard.
Wait, I didn't. Okay, Kelsey Mitchell as your shooting guard. Yeah, no, you're good. You're good. Yeah, Kelsey Mitchell as your shooting guard. Okay. So you got Sabrina and then Kelsey as your shooting guard. Why you pick Kelsey?
Mm-hmm. Because I want an instant score. So I got Sabrina who's gonna handle the ball and run my offense, and you can't leave her open. So she's gonna help with the floor spacing. And I got Kelsey is that speed and that instant offense that can go get a bucket from anywhere mid range all the way to the hole, plus shoot the three. And I want someone that can. I mean, I ain't saying she's a really good defender, but Sabrina at the point trying to guard somebody like I don't know, maybe Paige, maybe I trust Kelsey a little bit more because she at least get out quicker. I know she'll give up something on the size, but I like her to be a pest on the ball, and then Sabrina can play whoever's off the ball.
Okay. What y'all thinking, chat? What's the chat talking like?
Yeah, somebody just say I won't get good defense with them. Yeah, that's why my next 3 picks are going to be important.
All right, so at first I wanted a more pure shooter. I was like, I just want someone who's going to shoot. But then I started thinking the type of team that I want, especially going up against Mel's team. I'm going to add a little more. I'm gonna add a little more downhill on mine. And I'm gonna get Alicia as my shooting guard.
Okay, I like it.
Alicia
size.
Gray.
Your backcourt got some size. Big backcourt. I like it. But you got 2 guys. You got 2 girls in the backcourt that want them buckets though. Which one running your offense?
Yeah, but because we know Paige is more, we all want Paige. People, a lot of things people criticize Paige about is that she doesn't take shots when she should be taking shots. And so she will pass the ball around. They say she got that UConn. You've even said it. Not just you, but people have said this. So she got that like UConn. She gonna pass it. Alicia, she gonna just get the bucket where she gonna get the bucket, and that's cool too. But I think with Paige, we don't run the risk of. I think she passed it up to Enrique too much. But I don't think it's gonna be the same thing with Alicia.
Okay.
Because we got Ryan Howard, who, you know, and the reason I chose Alicia over Ryan is because Ryan she quick, but I wanted more speed. Like, that's just how I am. Yeah. So far, though, this is what we got for R2. And it's not perfect, but this is our 5 on the floor so far. Mel got Sabrina and Kelsey, and then I have Paige and Alicia. Go ahead.
So since I picked twice in a row for the guards, do you want to pick twice in a row for the forwards, and then I go first for the center?
Yes.
Okay.
So my guy, I was real quick with that one. This was difficult. But my guard / forward, I'm gonna go with Sonia Citron. I take it. I lose a little bit on the defensive end, but I want Sonia for my team. And I'm kind of young right now. I don't care.
You don't think Sonia played defense good?
I think she's okay. I can't wait to see her become better.
Okay. Well, for my guard / forward, bring me some defense. I'm going Gabby Williams. I got offense with both my backcourt mates, and I can get some offense from Gabby, and she's got size, and she can also guard probably 4 positions. So I really like her right there at that guard / forward. So Gabby Williams at right there for me.
Okay.
I already know who you picking at power forward.
Oh my gosh. Why'd you want me to go first?
I'm not gonna spoil it. I know who you picking. Go ahead.
Hey yo. All right. You sure?
Go ahead, get her.
I'd be a fool if I didn't. I'm going with Asia. Like, what are we talking about?
Wait. She is a center. What are you doing? You cheating.
Asia's a forward.
You cheating. Okay, go ahead. She's a forward, sure. Go ahead.
She is a forward. What are you talking about? Let me look this up.
She's a center.
Chat. I'm looking this up right now.
She's a center. But since this
she
is
a
the
center.
bull,
Damn, she definitely is a center.
Yeah.
Damn.
Who you thought played center for them? But go ahead and get her though.
No, I don't want her. I'm on forwards. Don't do that. I'm on forwards. You do got centers. You got that. Man.
Go ahead and get Asia. I'll take
I'm not gonna do that. We're not on them. So if you don't want to pick her when we get to centers, then that's on you.
Okay, cool.
All right. So for my forward, then damn. All right, I know what I'm gonna do. Cause I feel like you not gonna pick Asia just to not pick Asia, and I don't even want her as my center no more. I got somebody else I want as center.
Okay.
But for my forward, since I'm not gonna do Asia, I'm gonna go ahead and grab Fee.
Okay, that's what I thought you was gonna get.
Yeah, I genuinely thought that Asia was a forward.
Yeah. I mean, she's 6'5". It
Genuinely,
ain't a
I
lot of
don't know why.
6'5"
I
people
don't
out there.
I genuinely thought she was a forward. Not gonna hold you.
That's because she play on the perimeter a lot.
Like I be forgetting how basketball be these days. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
Since
okay.
you went fee,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go. You go laugh at me.
Nah, I'm regretting two of my choices already.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Della Don. She hasn't retired yet.
Actively playing. Come on. Yeah.
All right, give me Stewie.
That's who I was like, I wish I would have actually got Stewie and not Nafisa, to be honest. But I made my
Same.
choices.
I
I
think
made my
Stewie playing
bed.
at a higher level right now, though. I think you
Yeah.
do better with Stewie. Better defender, playing at a high level, younger. I think.
You think
what I mean? So
Stewie is
yeah.
a better defender than Nafisa?
No, other way around.
I thought you said better defend. Oh, for me, better defender.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I see what you're saying. Let me go ahead and just get the update up. What's chat saying?
Somebody said I took who was EDD over AT over Alyssa Thomas. EDD. Who was EDD?
I might have spelled people's name wrong, y'all, but I'm listen.
Who
EDD
initials
over
is
AT
EDD?
is EDD over AT is diabolical.
Is that Nefessa's nickname or something?
Oh, Ella Deladon.
Oh, you think Deladon is you think I should you think I would take Thomas over Deladon?
No, yeah, Tulip, I can't get on board with that one. I'm sorry. Della was like to me the female KD, man. I'm not taking AT over Della on my team. And I know AT, I've advocated for her for MVP and her assists and things like that, but I cannot get on board with the I can't get on board with the
Yeah, that's tough.
I don't want her on my team. Not this team. Not this team that I have. Not to be like,
because then you got to give her the ball for her to activate her superpower, which might work because then Paige can play off the ball. You know what? AT would fit with your team a little bit, but why would you take AT over Nafisa though? So you would, yeah. So what? I mean, what AT go fit? So yeah. So if Nafisa wasn't an option, Stewie wasn't an option, and Della Don wasn't an option, then yeah, I'd take Thomas and give her the ball and have Paige off ball and Alicia Gray off ball. That'd be dope. But
I'm digging my team a lot more than your team.
I'm digging my team more because I think well, Sonya's a 3-point shooter too, man. Her hitting her threes the way she is at this clip is very impressive. You got a lot of options over there for real. I like them. But I think Gabby is she's a wild card with what she do defensively, man. Oh man, she's a beast. And then me adding Asia Wilson at center, I mean, that does it right there. I got to go. Asia Wilson.
Okay, so you got Asia for your center. All right.
You better go get Liz Cambridge.
Nah, I'm actually confident in who I got on my center is John Quell.
Okay. I like it.
Yep. I love John Quell. And I'm I very much feel like with her and everybody I got, this is a solid team. I'm not concerned about them defensively. Offensively, I feel like they all would play well in the system, especially with the coach I got cooking.
Oh, who the coach?
Hold on. Let me get this updated for our final 5, and then we'll take a look, and then we'll talk about who we're gonna have leading this coaching. And in the future, I'm trying to just find like a better way or a faster way to get this done. You know,
Yeah.
what y'all thinking so far, chat? While I upload this final one.
They said we should have done snake draft. So what is snake? I pick one,
Yeah,
and then you pick two, and then I pick
yeah,
two, and then you pick one. Okay.
yeah, exactly.
Mouthpiece said,
Yeah,
"I'm
I think
team.
if
I'm
we
team
have like
bull."
more people on, a snake draft would be more fun. It'd be a lot more fun, and then like just have a certain amount of players showing. It'd be a whole thing. We had to set it up. But this is
Yeah.
our this is what Mel and I went for. As people are joining in the chat, this is our 5 on the floor, the team that we believe would win the championship if we were to play against each other in the finals. But game best of 7. Hold on, cuz hold on. we already got Team Bull. I'm looking for a Team Mel, but I don't see one.
if so listen, if you were the let's say I get fired as GM and they hire you and that's your 5. What's one trade? If you could make one trade, who would you
If I can
trade
make
and
one
for
trade,
off my team?
before we get the coaches,
Or after, it don't matter.
okay. So if you wanted to do a trade, well, you initiating the trade. What you talking? Let me hear you talk. Let me hear what you
No. I'm saying if you was to
Oh,
help me
on
out
your
where,
team. Oh,
yeah,
if I was the GM on your team, who would I trade out?
yeah, to make that team
Ooh.
better. And nobody from your team. It has to be somebody else that I might have overlooked.
Well, like your team is really good. The only person I'm struggling with is Gabby, but I understand why you did it. With everybody else being like offensive threats, you don't really need Gabby to score. So her
Correct.
defensive presence says enough. So I
Yeah.
mean, I see where you're going with it, but Gabby probably who I would take out of
Gabby.
that one. Yeah.
The person I would trade, I wouldn't get rid of Gabby. I love Gabby as a piece. The person I would trade is probably Kelsey, just because of her size.
Yeah.
I would probably find a bigger guard. And when I thought about my team, I didn't think you was gonna take Paige at point guard, so I thought I was gonna have Sabrina and Paige and Gabby.
Okay.
That's what I was going for. So when you took Paige, I had to think really quick, and I was like, oh, okay, I can use Kelsey like Iverson, you know what I mean, and you won't be able to really help off of Sabrina, so that's good. So yeah, my trade would be Mitchell.
But see, like even with Alicia though and Kelsey, they would still match up pretty well.
Sure, but Alicia's so much bigger than her though, ain't she?
Kelsey is pretty small. I'm not gonna deny that.
Why you put that one on screen, Bree?
All right, I'll put this one in.
Everybody smoking that Michael Irvin pack tonight. Y'all tripping.
Oh, so
y'all go look at the GOAT at center and say that I don't have the squad. Y'all tripping.
Yeah, I mean, even we could put what Tulip said. You know, for my starting 5, who would I trade out? Honestly, Alicia's sticking out as a sore thumb for me. And in the future, maybe I'll just do guard, so it won't be so particular. But
nah, I think it's perfect. Nah, don't change it. It's perfect.
Yeah. I'm digging it. I'm digging it too. I was just trying to do a low hanging fruit for me personally. But yeah, I for your coach, who would be your
since
coach?
I got Asia, I will go ahead and grab Becky.
No!
Yeah, I would grab Becky.
I wanted Becky.
That's who you want it. Oh
yes.
you pick the coach first anyway, because I just picked Asia. You pick the coach.
No, it's cool. I got backups. But Becky, that's cool.
Yeah,
with this
I'm going
team.
Becky.
So why did you want to put Becky? You said because of Asia. That's
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
yeah. Um, for me, with this coach, I mean with this squad, I'm gonna go ahead and grab Cheryl
Okay.
because
Not a
I
bad
think
choice at all.
I want Cheryl. I respect her so much as a coach, man. I really believe Cheryl would be perfect fit for this team. And I
Mm.
think she would even make Alicia better, even better than what she's been. I think Alicia's better on her own this year, not because of the coach.
Mm. You know what's interesting though?
What?
We both just picked 4 guards, and nobody picked Caitlin Clark.
Oh, she is current, but she out. So
Is that why you didn't pick her for your team?
no, that's not why. I'm sorry, Caitlin. I'm a defensive minded coach. I don't
Yeah.
want anybody who's a liability on defense on my team.
Yeah. Like I always say, Bree, the best ability is availability, but the worst ability is a liability.
You're a wise man.
Yeah. And so far, Caitlin this year has been both not available and a liability. That's tough.
Two things could be true at the same time.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm. Well, I have the ability to not pick her, and I utilized it. But she
Wise
good
man.
though. Like I'm not taking away from her like her greatness. You feel me? I'll never say that she not. See, someone, I love this. I love this comment right
No,
here.
she good.
That's
CC
how
is
I
another Luka.
feel.
No, she
Nah,
good. I don't even think she's another Luka because Luka is a freaking bucket all over the floor. Caitlin is a bucket beyond the
she
arc
she can
only,
score.
but
She can score downhill. She can score at the rim.
everybody can score at the rim. But that's the
She
first
can
thing we
square
learned
the
is how to
rim.
do a
She
layup.
don't have no
Yeah, but
pull
we
up game. She definitely
right,
don't have
and you
no
need it.
pull up game.
You know who she
Not
reminds
a
me
good
of?
who.
If you can take Jimmer Fredette and Jeremy Lin and put them into one player,
Jeremy
it would be
Lin.
Caitlin
Where did
Clark.
what world did you pour that one out?
Jimmer Fredette and Jeremy Lin, if they had a
Okay,
baby, it'll
it
be
would be
Caitlin.
Caitlin.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Which is a good player because they both was good players. One
Yeah,
was very, very good in college, didn't live up to the hype in the pros, and then one was a flash in the pan in the pros that couldn't handle physicality and fizzled out once the physicality ramped up on them.
yeah,
And that's Jeremy Lin. Like her with the ball is very Jeremy Lin-ish. The only difference between
yeah.
her and Jeremy Lin is that she can get to her Jimmer Fredette 3-point shot.
Mm-hmm.
Jeremy Lin didn't really have a 3-point shot like that.
He didn't, and you're right. I don't think he grew with the times. He just didn't like, he didn't get with the trends, and he middled. It's called middling. You
Yeah.
think Caitlin's gonna middle?
I think she has so much support from her fans and from media that it won't get to that. Like, because she's just making too much money for the WNBA. It like there'll be idiots to let what happened to Jimmer Fredette and Jeremy Lin happen, but I really do think that's her real trajectory. But they're gonna have to help that not happen. Jeremy Lin and
Okay,
Jimmer Fredette didn't get help. They didn't get help from the league to not fail. They just let them
right.
fail. They was like, man, look, we got freaking Kobe and Melo, and like the league is making money off them dudes. Jeremy Lin, I mean, yeah, you was hyped for a little while, but we're not trying to market you for real, for real. I mean, we'll do it for a little while it's working, but we got to get back to these Garnetts and Paul Pierce. The WNBA
Right.
don't feel like they can market the players that is better than Caitlin, like Asia and Nafisa. Right. So they have to keep breathing life into Jeremy Lin and Jimmer Fredette. That's what they're doing with Caitlin. They're resuscitating her.
Absolutely. They're resuscitating her because they invested. I mean, it's why the surge even began. One of the main catalysts, and I think it's too early to just let her die out.
Yeah, they
I
can't.
think they gotta keep her alive and see what happens in this third year, second year pro, third year playing, second year pro. Okay, so before we move on to the next segment, we did a little bit of NBA, so that actually is a good transition point. But I do want to just throw up our 5 on the floor one more time. Again, this is a segment where on guest we just put up our top 5. I did see someone in the comments agree with Mel and say it should be a play teams only in the playoffs. And for in the context, because we're about to end the regular season, sure. But say I have a guest on in the future and it's not playoffs, then it would just need to be current players. So,
There you
but
go.
I appreciate the feedback. Always looking to improve. 5v5, I'm going all the way to the finals and I'm taking the chip home. And Mel Senior is gonna go back to North Carolina in tears.
That's a lie.
Moving on to our final segment of Derrick White. So if you are like Mel and I, and you're scouring the internet for articles and research and just kind of staying up to date all things happening, you may have caught the recent rumor with Derrick White. So just to give y'all a little, I want to talk about the rumor that's floating around. Golden State supposedly poking around about him. And you know how Golden State likes to poke around. And honestly, I like it. I like it a lot. And here's why. Derrick White is one of those dudes who, in my opinion, he doesn't need the spotlight to make a huge impact. So he has the defense, the shooting. I drafted him in like 2, maybe 3 of my fantasy leagues last year, and he was on one of the teams that won. And even leadership. I just think he checks every box for a team. And on the Celtics, I think he's been their glue guy, kind of like a Josh Hart for the Knicks, but in his own Derrick White way. But in Golden State, I think he'd be perfect backcourt partner for Steph. And think about it like this. He's someone who can guard the defender on the perimeter, and he can run the offense when Steph sits. Plus, he creates that space for the floor. So for me, I think that's literally what the Warriors have been missing in the type of system that they, I think, are so attached to. Like, and by the way, this Derrick White trade would include Jonathan Kuminga to go to the Celtics. So a lot of these talks isn't just about what Derrick White would look like on the Golden State, but also what would Jonathan Kuminga look like on the Celtics. But I don't think that the Celtics want to give up Derrick White that easily. He just signed a $118 million extension. So I feel like, and the Celtics have already turned down like first round offer picks. So I think that Derrick White is worth a lot for them. And the Warriors are going to have to give up a lot. I think they can match the salary, but they're going to maybe have to give up Kuminga and picks and maybe even more. Because I think Derrick White is a steep price for them, and they've made so much shakeups for this team already, losing Porzingis, Drew Holiday. They're already talking about even getting Anthony out of there by the middle of the season. So, but I want to be real. If Golden State pulled this off, I think that they would win the trade out of the two. And surrounding Steph with a smart guard like Derrick White, I think it could that make them contenders again? I think they'll at least make it in the playoffs and possibly even past round 1. That's how valuable I think Derrick White is. Oh, Mel, I see you shaking your head.
I got so many thoughts about it.
Okay.
So many thoughts. One, and it look like I'm lagging again too. So
you're good on my end.
One thought process is I want Kuminga to find a home for somebody who want to play him. I feel real bad for Jonathan Kuminga because he's a young guy that came in with a lot of promise. He's very athletic. He's got a lot to learn. He's young. He's got a big frame, a physical grown man frame that he can grow into. He's got good measurables. You know what I mean? He just got to learn the game and play. And Golden State's not really giving him the same opportunity as players like the Thompson twins have. Like, you know, I think the Thompson twins came in the league with the very same type. You know, they're a little bit bigger as far as muscular, but they're about the same height, maybe a little bit shorter than Kuminga. They got the
Way
same
more athletic than
athleticism.
Kuminga. No, I think they're way more
You think
athletic than
so?
Kuminga. Absolutely. And men, I mean, the whole reason Asor, he brought the defense presence and athleticism to Detroit for them. He held it down in that area. And the men is no different. They're way more athletic than Kuminga.
They're better defenders for sure, but I wouldn't say they're more athletic. They're definitely better defenders.
Okay.
I think Kuminga has T-Mac athleticism with the same type of body that T-Mac had in Toronto. Mm-hmm. So I would want to see what type of player he can grow into. I think the Asir and Amen Thompson twins, they have the frame where they can get to a body like Artest, but the unique thing about them is that athleticism is freaking on LeBron level almost. So I don't know which one is more athletic. I just know that the Thompson twins are super athletic with a frame of LeBron, and Kuminga is super athletic with the frame of T-Mac. Okay. But I think they're on the same level athletic. But here's my thing. Detroit and Houston are playing them right away. And they're contributing to playoff teams. They came in the league after Kuminga, and they're already contributing to playoff teams before Kuminga because Steve Kerr don't want to play Kuminga.
Right.
So on one hand of this trade rumor, I want Kuminga to leave Golden State to get a better opportunity because they're playing with him, and they're going to continue to play with everyone that comes there that is not named Draymond or Steph. Right. Everyone gets screwed. Everyone gets screwed there. Mm-hmm. Right. And only thing that's going to happen when Derrick White gets there is it's going to be a decision every game whether the Steve Kerr is going to play Pod or Derrick White.
I think he's going to treat Derrick White way better than Brandon Podojemski, for sure.
Okay. Name one guard. Name one guard on that roster that other than Steph Curry that gets treated better than Pod. Not Gary Payton.
No. Why? Why would it be? Not Buddy Hield.
Not Kuminga. Not Buddy Hield. Nope. None of them.
No, but here's the thing. I want to talk about Team USA because he played Derrick White and he didn't even play Jason Tatum. Steve Kerr.
Correct.
I think Steve Kerr likes Derrick White and what he brings and offers, and he's going to treat him very well.
So Pod
not as well as Steph, obviously. What'd you say?
So who getting the short end of the stick? Is it Pod, Buddy Hield, Jimmy Butler? Who's getting the short end of the stick? Because there's definitely a lot of guards.
And you know what? Brandon Podojemski could care less if he get the short end of the stick. They brought him off the bench. They started him, and he never changed up how he showed up every time for them. And he's one of those guys that doesn't care about that. And then Gary Payton, he should be thankful that Steph Curry even asked for him back. That's all I'm saying. He was on free agency. He left Golden State and got his money. For Gary. Steph was advocating for Gary. He was on the free agency.
He left Golden State. He left Golden State and got his money he got the money that Golden State didn't want to give him. He had to leave Golden State to get his money, and they had to beg for him to come back because they ain't had no defense on the perimeter.
But they listen. I bet he started begging before they knew what Derrick White was talking. They not going to be begging for that with Derrick. And with another thing I like about Derrick is he's reliable. He's going to play damn near the whole year.
Okay. All right. Let's see how this would work. Steph is the point guard. The two guard is going to be Derrick White.
Yeah, sure.
All right. The small forward is going to be Jimmy Butler.
Yeah.
The power forward is going to be Draymond Green. And the center is going to be Post because they let Kevon Looney go because they wanted to play a rookie.
And they're still
Post.
Trying to get Al. Al's not off the table for them.
Okay. let's say they get Al Horford. So Al Horford would start, but we just seen Kevon Looney couldn't really get on the floor for post.
Kevon is
Who was a
gone.
rookie.
Kevon is
Yeah, he's
not even
gone.
on their
All right.
team no more. He's gone.
So that's the 5. So on the bench, you got Gary Payton, you got Pod, you got Kuminga. Kuminga will be gone. You got Gary Payton, you got Pod. All right, backing up Steph and White. Okay. All right. I'm following.
You starting to pick up what I'm putting down? Let me look at their roster real quick to see if we missing anybody. And then Moses Moody, Buddy Hield. And then their backup center will be Trace Jackson Davis. I feel like they definitely gave up. Like, he's not bad. Say it again.
They played with him too. They playing with his emotions too. Yeah, they played with Kevon Looney's emotion. They played with Kuminga's emotion. They played with Moody's emotions. They played with Gary Payton's emotion. They played with Jackson Davis' emotions. That's 5 guys that Steve Kerr just keep playing with, all because he want to keep playing this freaking.
Are any of those guys champions, or am I tripping? Any of those guys get on Team USA, or am I tripping?
Listen.
Derrick White did both of those things.
What? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Got you. I'm with you. Bring them on.
I think you. I feel like the Celtics would be fools to let them go. I saw someone in the chat said that Warriors don't have enough assets, but they got enough money and they got enough picks to leverage. But again, I think Derrick White is a steep price. But I can't think of anybody else for the Warriors to take that would actually genuinely fit on their team or be the best fit for their hard-headedness. I can't deny that the Warriors and Steve is not hard-headed or favorites or whatever, but I think Derrick White is a perfect fit. And if this rumor ends up being true, I would love it.
It won't help. It's not enough to help. What the help that the Warriors need is going to cost them Draymond's salary. And Draymond is so valuable to Steve Kerr for whatever reason that Draymond Green is not an option to be moved. And we know Steph ain't an option to be moved. But they're making Draymond just as important as Steph. So to actually get the help that Steph need, Draymond has got to go because of his salary, and they won't do it. Like, they need AD type help. They need a superstar who is a number 1 option to play with Steph Curry to help them win, because they're done.
And that's almost what I think their problem is. A lot of these teams, like the Detroit Pistons, for example, they had their one superstar, Kate, the year prior to the season that they just had. And they built decent guys who are really good at the positions that they did around him, and they ended up being 6th in the East. That seems to be the trend now. It's like you want as many guys as you can to play all the same things, doing it really well, and not be number 1, number 2. That method you're talking about that the Warriors are looking for is over with. It's good. It hasn't worked in a while. Putting superstars on a team was so 2016 when they won.
Especially when you're playing a role player, superstar money.
So hold on. If he just got $118 million extension for Derrick White, you're talking about a role player? Are you throwing shade? Are you throwing shade to Derrick White?
I'm talking about Draymond, Derrick White, and Jimmy Butler. Okay. All 3 of them are role players.
Wow. Now Jimmy a role player? What's up with your animosity towards Jimmy Butler?
I don't have no animosity towards Jimmy Butler. I got major respect for Jimmy Butler. But you got to call a spade a spade. He's a role player. What happened when Steph Curry? What happened when Steph Curry got injured against Minnesota in the playoffs? They had to bring Kuminga from the bench to lead the Warriors because Jimmy Butler couldn't do it. I'm not saying that at his peak and at his prime that he was a role player. I'm saying he's past his prime. He's a role player now. Okay. And when you have teams,
so why did they spend all that money on him and then let go of Andrew Wiggins?
But because he wouldn't want to be there. They had to trade for somebody to save the season. And they tried to get Kevin Durant, but Kevin Durant said, I don't want to go there. So they tried to get Jimmy Butler. And the reason why Jimmy Butler was on the trade block is because Pat Riley wouldn't give him the money that Golden State gave him. And in order for him to come over there, they had to agree, okay, we're going to give you that money. And he went over there and he signed. They gave him Kuminga's money. Just for him to come off the bench and have to save the offense because Jimmy Butler couldn't do it when Steph went down. I'm like, if I'm Kuminga, I'm like, dude, y'all gave him my money and he can't help y'all right now. Y'all had to bring me off the bench.
Right.
Yeah. They paid role players superstar money.
That's why, look, the Warriors got money to spend. I looked up the wealthiest teams in the league, and it's the Warriors. They number one.
Yeah.
They got money to spend. Who they gonna bring in? Are they contenders or they just pretend? I just made it up.
Oh, Lord. Oh my God.
Look, I lost 4 people off that. They didn't like my singing voice. No, it's all good. But no, for real though, I definitely see what you're saying. I'm picking up what you're putting down. Well, my question: so should Boston, aside from the Warriors and Derrick not being a good fit, should Boston even consider trading Derrick White?
Heck yeah. He making you overpaid for him, and the reason why you overpaid for him is because y'all just won a championship and you wanted to keep that core together as long as you could. So everybody got overpaid, even Jaylen Brown. So you overpaid for Porzingis, White, Drew Holiday, Brown, all of that. And when y'all couldn't get out of the second round, you was like, all right, man, we gotta get rid of these salaries. So
fast.
I would
real fast, making cap space real fast. Get discount players that are good, but you were like, we know we could get them on a discount. My fuck.
Bro, you just got Anthony Simons. He's going to play guard for you. I would, in a heartbeat, get rid of that contract and Derrick White and bring in Kuminga, and I would give Kuminga the money that Golden State wouldn't want to give him, which would be cheaper than what White was getting. So yeah, I'm going with that, and you get to slide right in there. Now he can't give you what Tatum gave you, but he can give you a little bit of what Tatum gave you. You ask a little bit more of Brown, and then Kuminga can replace a little. Like Kuminga and Anthony Simons together can probably produce what Tatum was producing.
Okay. Kuminga and Anthony Simons together can probably produce what Tatum was producing. Kuminga and Anthony Simons on the same team. That's it's really random. I don't think it wouldn't work. Double negative. I think it would work. You got Jaylen Brown, Anthony Simons, Jonathan Kuminga. They're 4. Who's their 4 now?
No more.
And it's not Luke Cornett. Luke Cornett not there either.
Let me pull it up.
You gotta look right. I remember us pulling this up on your podcast one night, and we were concerned for them because they don't got that many forwards. I mean centers. They have Xavier Tillman.
And they just signed a forward. That was a forward they signed that. Yeah, this ain't it right here. Yeah, they ain't got it in the paint.
Keita is a center too.
Yeah, that ain't it.
I'm concerned.
Yeah, they're gonna be hurting down low. Yeah,
they are. They are, and the fact that they're trying to trade and they don't have a big man. I mean,
I think they almost got to trade Derrick White.
Say again.
They almost got to trade Derrick White ASAP because they bought Anthony Simons.
Yeah, but maybe it won't be with the Warriors.
They're making the same salary. They both making 28 mil this year.
I feel like if they were to let go, but it's like, would that even be smart for them? They're gonna invest all their money and resources into a backcourt and not even care about the front court. So you trade off Derrick White, another great defender. You lose 2 of the best defenders in the league to do what? I'm very confused.
Yeah, I think the priority was to get out of that second apron range. and drop their salary. So that was priority number one.
Mm-hmm.
When you see everything that's left on the salary, you got a lot of minimum contracts. You got guards are making $2 million, or I round up $3 million. You got Gonzalez making $3 million. Halls is the only one that's not a superstar that's making double digits. He's making $10 million.
And I feel like that's a great deal for him. He does really good with what he
Peyton
got.
Pritchard making $7 million. But other than that, everybody's making below $3 million, except the names I named, and of course Brown, Tatum, Derrick White, and Anthony Simons.
They don't have any cap space. They're negative $70 million in cap space.
Yeah, they probably need to make another move. Go ahead and get rid of Derrick White.
But so like they get rid of him, but why sign him to an extension if you was just gonna get rid of him? See, this is just where all these talks come in, and I'm like, I don't understand.
When they sign him?
Was it 3, 4?
No. When did they sign him?
Oh, for the extension?
Yeah.
Hold on, let me see.
It was after they won, right? Right after they won? In the offseason?
I don't want to. Derrick White signed a 4-year, $118 million contract, including a guarantee and an average annual salary of $29 million. 4-year. Yeah, when did he do this? In the 2020. Hold on.
Yeah, I think it was after they won.
Yeah, 2024. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so this was before. Yeah, this was. They signed that thinking they was gonna keep that team together and they was gonna repeat.
Yeah, I mean, it's starting to make sense the more we talk about it, honestly, because Kuminga's low cost, and then they still have an option to even trade Anthony in midway through the season, and that could be enough for them to recruit another big. I even saw Walker Kessler wanted to get out of the Utah Jazz. Could Walker Kessler go to the Celtics? Or Lauri Markkanen? Yeah. Was it Lauri Markkanen I saw too? I think both of them went out of the Jazz. I mean, everybody went out of the Jazz.
That's for sure. And the crazy thing about it is Danny Ainge is the GM over there, and I don't see him not making a move to help his Celtics out.
Right. We cooking something right now.
Kevin McHale did that when he was with Minnesota, when he sent Garnett over there for Al Jefferson. And then as soon as he sent Garnett to Boston, he resigned. And then that same year, Jared West sent Gasol. That same year, Jared West sent Gasol to the Lakers, and then he resigned from Memphis.
Shady. Speaking of trade rumors, with the Derrick White, and we love seeing all y'all thoughts in the chat surrounding this. I do want to just shift, since we're on NBA in general. I wanted to talk about the talks of, did anybody else see the trade rumor of the Miami Heat with the Lakers and sending Austin Reeves to the Heat? Did y'all see that? For like 3 players.
Sheesh. I didn't see that one.
Yes. Yeah. Hold on. Bear with me. I think Terry Rozier, Scary Terry, was packaged up in that. They definitely was gonna keep Tyler. Definitely. They wasn't gonna trade off Tyler. Let me just go to my thing. Okay.
Tyler in the backcourt.
They were gonna trade Andrew Wiggins. Yeah. So Andrew Wiggins to go to the Lakers. And Austin Reeves to come over to Miami. And they also, so the Lakers would get Andrew Wiggins, Jaime Jaquez, and Drew Timme. And the Heat would get Rui, Dalton, and then I swore I thought it was going to be Austin, but that's maybe a different one. And then the Nets, this would be a 3-team trade. The Nets would get Max Kepler, a 2026 protected second rounder, and then just money, $4.6 million from the Nets and $2 million from the Lakers.
Interesting. Huh.
Yeah, that's one rumor. And then another one. Yeah, that was on the Bleachers Report. But let me find the one where we're talking about Austin Reeves. Here it is. This is on Hoop Habit. Let me make sure. Let me read it real quick. I'm pretty sure. I see they bringing up Andrew Wiggins again. Nah, that's not it. That's not it. I'm gonna find it, y'all. What you thinking though? Just the fact that these two teams are even in talks for trades.
I think it's interesting. I like the idea of them trying to get a defender, a versatile defender over there to help Luka, but also a defender who can score like Wiggins. I like that idea.
Mm-hmm.
I would almost like it. Like if I'm the Lakers, yeah, I would love to get rid of Reeves to add Wiggins. I mean, because now that you got Luka, do you need Reeves?
You don't need. They need to free Austin Reeves. Okay, here it is on TWSN Sports. 5 hours ago, they said, and they said this 2 days ago, but 5 hours ago, the most recent article was Los Angeles Lakers will trade Austin Reeves to the Miami Heat. 2 days ago, someone said Kings could trade Austin Reeves too. The Kings could get Austin Reeves. But Austin Reeves is on free agency, or he's about to be, and he declined the $86 million that the Lakers offered them. And I remember I said this maybe a month or so ago, a while back. I said, if Austin Reeves is declining $86 million, that tells me two things. He thinks he's worth more, and the Lakers don't think he is. So, and I feel like he gave a lot to them this season. And that's a huge loss and a huge gain for whoever's going to get Austin, for sure.
How good do you think he is?
Austin Reeves?
You think he all-star level?
I think he should get at least an 80 overall somewhere on 2K. 80 to 90 overall. Okay. 80 to 85, 87. I think he improved drastically. He shoots well, he defends well, he hustles. He plays smart basketball. He's very complimentary to big stars, but then he has the ability to take over a game. I absolutely have respect for Austin Reeves, a superstar. Like we're taking it too far, way too far.
I didn't say superstar.
Oh, I thought you said superstar.
No, I said is he an all-star level?
Oh, Austin Reeves all-star? Maybe third team, second team. I'll give him second team. But it's like you can name so many players better than Austin Reeves, but then you can't name so many players. Like he's definitely for his position. You feel what I'm saying? He's definitely top 20 for his position, for sure. What do you think?
I like Austin Reeves. You said a name earlier. You said Tyler Hero,
right? Because he's on that. He's their bread and butter. I mean, that became his team, and I think Jimmy started to know that. It's not even. They're different though. I think they do two different things for their team.
They do, but are they on the same level though?
I think Tyler Hero got bumped up way quicker. And a lot of it might have to do with that Jack Harlow song. And also, Tyler Hero is low-key black. You ever seen his Instagram? He dresses like NBA YoungBoy. Like, have you seen this? Like, this guy, he definitely got the clout. He got the clout. And I'm not, he gets hurt a lot. But I think Austin Reeves brings more value to a team than Tyler Hero. I think Tyler Hero got that knockdown. I would love to see Tyler Hero and Trae Young play alongside each other.
Oh, that would be horrible defensively.
Or put Tyler Hero on the Warriors.
I mean, what's the difference between Tyler Hero on the Warriors and Jordan Poole?
Are you really about to compare Jordan Poole and Tyler Hero?
Yes.
Austin Reeves is better than
I think Jordan Poole, Austin Reeves, Tyler Hero, and Peyton Pritchard are all on the same level as a player. They're not the same player, but they're on the same level. whatever level that is.
Peyton Pritchard, you threw him in there. You gonna throw Peyton in? You gotta throw in T.J. McConnell.
No, T.J. McConnell is not. He's not on
That's
that
crazy.
level.
That's what I'm saying. Your Peyton Pritchard take is crazy.
All right, we'll take Peyton Pritchard out. Jordan Poole, Austin Reeves, and Tyler Hero are on the
Peyton
same
is
level.
super nice though. Peyton is super nice.
Peyton is very good, very
Peyton
good.
is
The only difference
actually
is he's
Peyton
not
is a
he's not
beast.
6'4" like those other dudes.
Yeah, that is his. You know, if Peyton Pritchard was taller, I would think he's better than Jordan Poole. Jordan Poole got a little
Yeah, he got
edge
more
over
heart.
him in that aspect, but
The reason why
I don't
Jordan
like
Poole's
Jordan
not good
Poole.
because his heart is gone. Like the same thing that happened to
Yeah,
Ben Simmons happened to Jordan Poole.
and you know what? I hope that New Orleans he don't go over and trash their team too, because I think he took the Wizards to the gutter.
The Wizard was already in the gutter when he showed up.
He kept them there in
Think
the
about
gutter.
it. Kuzma got there first. Bradley Beal was there first.
That's Bradley
Westbrook
Beal.
was
I don't
there
have
first.
respect for Bradley Beal either. That was John
Well,
Wall's
we
team. You know, we're taking it all the way back now.
Yeah, we are. The Wizards ain't been nothing since John Wall, so we can't blame Jordan Poole for what the Wizards did because we seen Bradley Beal try to do it. He couldn't do it. We seen Westbrook, Porzingis, Kuzma. All them dudes tried to make the Wizards something special. Michael Jordan couldn't do it.
CJ McCollum and Chris Middleton are gonna go to the Wizards and make them something special.
Trade bait. They'll be gone by the deadline.
Hear me out. Because when CJ McConnell got to New Orleans, he was not a point guard. And he left New Orleans a point guard.
Fair enough.
I loved it.
He was a point guard in college, though.
Yeah, but all these years in the league doing the same exact thing, stats never moved a needle. Get to New Orleans, and now all of a sudden you're like low key, like nobody even he was great last season. All right. He did awesome.
You must have had him in fantasy.
I did. I sure did. I had him and Misi. And they was doing all right together. It was cool. I picked them up off waivers too. And people was like texting me like, dang it. I was like, y'all gotta pay attention. I can't wait for fantasy to start.
Man.
Mel's scared to play me in fantasy,
It's so many moving parts with basketball.
Right. That's his first excuse. What's the second one again?
It's too many moving parts in basketball. That's the first and second one.
Oh, okay. Anyway, let's wrap it up. It's been a great stream. Wow, almost 3 hours. We could talk ball all day. Let's bring the back up. It's like the longest stream I probably ever had. But having a guest on is like so fun. Again, if you haven't already,
having a guest with good internet is even funner.
Yeah, man, I'm gonna have to do a lot of edits out for the very beginning. We had a rocky start, but it's not how you start; it's how you finish. Shout out to Asia Wilson. Shout out to the Aces. Since we're here, let me just check real quick to see that Atlanta game, and then we'll sign off. I just want to see who's starting, who ended up starting, because we had our assumptions about what that team was going to look like tonight, since it's their final game of the season. It is currently in the third quarter with 4 minutes and 56 seconds remaining. Atlanta Dreams up 61-42. We didn't question the score or who would win, but we did question who would start. Looks like the Atlanta Dreams started Ryan, Nas, Brianna, and Alicia, and Tiana. Papaya. Yeah. I'm glad to see Jordan Canada's back out there just in time for playoffs.
Yeah. It looked like they're going to be able to blow them out and get rest in the second half, or at least the fourth quarter.
At least the fourth. They probably won't play in the fourth quarter. But I'm glad they got out there, got some shots up, got some reps in, run up and down the court a little bit. This Atlanta team, I don't know. We'll see. You might end up being right, though. I'm not going to hold you.
They're about to whoop up on the Fever.
Like I totally forgot about Jordan Canada's return. I'm not gonna lie. Definitely forgot about baby. And this will be the first time we've seen them all healthy in a long time, because Ryan Howard was out for a while, and that's when Jordan Canada, Naz Hillman, and Breonna Jones was turning up. And I mean, even Alicia here and there, but those three specifically were getting lit. So seeing all of them back in action, I wonder if they're going to keep Tiana Papayo in the starting lineup, or they going to move Jordan back in there. And now you got, or take Naz out. I don't think they're going to take Naz out. I don't think they're going to let Naz down.
Yeah. I'm interested to see how Popo play in the playoffs as a rookie. She's a rookie, right? This her first year.
Tiana,
yeah.
I thought it was her second,
rookie this year. Right?
Yeah.
Is there any other rookies playing big minutes in the playoffs?
Dominique Malonga probably will for Seattle. And
she's still super young too. Ain't she like 19?
Yeah. I don't even think she's 20 yet. You think you're right.
That's
she
crazy.
Young. Yeah.
She gonna be good.
Nalissa Smith's in her second year or third, or am I tripping?
Nalissa? The one Carrington's girlfriend? No, she a vet, right?
Nalissa is a vet.
Nalissa Smith?
Yeah, I'm tripping. She a vet.
Yeah, she a vet.
What am I thinking of on the Aces?
Aces.
They don't even got any rookies, or am I tripping?
No, they got mostly vets. I don't see no rookies in the rotation. They had Kate Martin last year, but she
Valkyries. Kate Martin on the Valkyries.
Oh yeah. I really like. I wanted Kate Martin to get more playing time with the Aces last year. I really like her game, man. Really like her game.
She just don't play no defense. But all right. It's been a fabulous time. I really appreciate you. It was an honor to have you on the show, Mel, as my first guest ever. I hope you had a good time. Man. You had a good time?
Yeah, I had a real good time, man. Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you taking the time. And I look forward to the next time we talk basketball. And I appreciate everybody in the chat for tuning in. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Check out the uploads. Another video should be dropping in like 15 or so minutes here. And I'm going to try to keep that cadence going. And I'm really, really grateful. So thank you all. Just remember, if you know bull, you know ball. All right, y'all. Take care.